makes all the difference. 4 Patriots gives you backup power where it matters most. Solar generators that are lightweight, portable, and built tough enough to go wherever the job takes you. Go to 4patriots.com to claim your solar generator today.
Some big news to share yesterday as AM Racing has announced they have ceased operations. They started the year, remember, with Nick Sanchez in the car, but their last race was in March at Martinsville. After making the postseason a year ago with Harrison Burton, they tied their best all-time finish this season with a third-place finish in Atlanta. Let's go ahead and take a look at today's classic moments brought to you by Haggerty.
What is up, motherfuckers and party people? How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's having a great fucking day.
Yeah, that was his teammate, Elliott Sadler.
Having a pretty good day.
The gas in the middle and gets up beside him, but just not enough getting to the start-finish line.
And of course, all guys.
Today we have the Bet Rivers 200 from Dover Motor Speedway in Dover, Delaware. It is a 200-lap race around a 1-mile racetrack that comes out to an exact 200 miles. The breakdown for today's race.
Exceeded all expectations.
Green flag at 4:07. Stage 1 is 45 laps. Stage 2 is also 45 laps. That'll be lap 90. And the final 110 laps is the final stage. The fuel run is 90 to 97 laps, so in the first 2 stages you would not have to make a pit stop under green. In the final stage, if it went green, you would. But yeah. Weather looks good for today. I think we're going to have a good race. Same exact length as yesterday's Truck Series race at 200 laps, 200 miles. But it'll probably be a little bit faster, considering these cars go a little bit faster. How you doing, Biscuit? How's it going? It's beautiful out here. About to bring your kids to the park. Oh, that's cool. But how you doing? Rest in peace, AM Racing. Yeah, it happens. Sam is tired.
Allow us to kind of move to the wall and move all the way.
Yeah, green flag is at 4:07. So about 25 minutes from now.
So really proud of this Brand Fresh Drag Culture team. Didn't qualify as good as we wanted to. I'm a little angry at myself. I didn't make the best choices there qualifying. I'm proud of everybody that's a part of this, all of our partners, everybody at the Hendrick Inside, Chevrolet. And we're going to go give it our best today. I think pit stops are going to be important. Strategy is going to be important, and I got a great team to do both of those. So we're going to go have some fun, and hopefully get there at the end.
And Kim, Justin Allgaier has 2 wins here already at Dover. Well, Heather, Carson Kvapil back in the 1 car for today. Carson, 2 years ago in this race, you notched your first career runner-up. What are the things on the list of importance that you have to do in order to repeat a performance like this at Dover?
Yeah, I mean, I think today it's going to be big about track position. Obviously, I think you're going to have a fast car, and I think Rodney and the whole one team gave me a really fast Pro Shop Chevrolet. But I think it's going to really rubber in and become almost one line. So hopefully I'm wrong. I might be, I might not be, but I think it's just going to be all about holding track position, having good pit stops, and getting good restarts, because I feel like that's really the only spot you're going to be able to gain any track position. So we'll see, but like I said, these guys are giving me a really fast Chevrolet here and ready to go fight.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Carson Kvapil rolls off from the 7th position. Thanks, Kim. And you look at those 2 drivers, you look at all the success that Junior Motorsports has had this season, and I know we've talked about it this season so far, but it's just crazy that they're outpacing last year and what they were able to do.
Yeah, because I feel like last year we said there's no way you can outdo what they're doing right now, and then you look at what they've done so far in 2026, and it's been at all different types of racetracks, but my goodness, the amount of poles, the wins, look at the top 10s, the stage wins. Allgaier has a lot of that, but they've got some tremendous drivers also when you have like SVG or Zillich.
Rolling the blunt.
Raja Caruth, we're getting a look at right here. All these guys are doing a great job for Junior Motorsports this year.
Yeah, and Raja Caruth in the top 4 qualifying today, so big effort by them. But if you want to know why...
No action at Indianapolis because of rain.
55-point lead on the field. Well, listen to this. He's finished in the top 24 of the 26 stages this season, but are we going to take him for our race winner pick? You'll have to wait to find out. Those are next.
This is Arby's quarter-pound pulled pork and chopped brisket.
Both are smoked slow for up to 13 hours. Tender, juicy barbecue like this isn't magic, although there is a lot of smoke involved. Poof!
Arby's, we have the meat.
Since the dawn of time, man has been plagued by itch and irritation from not wiping clean. What man didn't realize is that wetter cleans better. See how Wet Dude Wipes completely clears while Dry TP smears? Ditch the itch and switch to Wet Extra Large Dude Wipes for the best clean, hands down.
Still using a poorly built
I'll be right
shop
back.
chair? Aren't you tired of the discomfort and back pain? The days of awful chairs are over. Meet the Viper chair, America's #1 rated shop chair. Made right here in the USA, the Viper chair glides over any surface with large industrial grade casters. Alleviate lower back pain with a perfectly angled backrest, and sit comfortably for hours with a thick, durable seat. The sturdy metal base provides stability and prevents tipping. Trusted by the best, Viper chairs are designed for every job, automotive, detailing, or anything else you love to do in the garage. So stop wasting your money or buying cheap shop stools and get yourself a Viper chair. Handcrafted right here in America. This Memorial Day, build the shop of your dreams. Deals on everything you need with fast, free shipping. Shop ViperIndustrial.com. That's VYPER Industrial.com. But don't wait. This sale ends soon.
We believe in bringing joy, bringing fun every single day. This is Banana Ball, baby, let's go!
Tonight, watch as the Savannah Bananas take on the Coconuts live from Savannah, Georgia. The Savannah Bananas versus the Coconuts, live tonight at 6:30, 3:30 Pacific.
Get the CNY Central Weather Authority app now. Weather comes at you fast. Get the information you need and keep safe. Download the CNY Central Weather Authority app now.
Freedom? That's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, saving another American's tail, all cheap things. Making a Jeep vehicle for only people like him, not a cheap thing. Hurry into the Memorial Day sales event to get a great deal on a Jeep brand vehicle.
Well-qualified current FCA lessees can lease the 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4 for $439 a month, or finance and get $5,500 total bonus cash allowance. See your Syracuse area Jeep brand dealer.
Ryan Phelps Auto Sales in Rome is open, joining Auburn, Sodas, and Phoenix. Ryan Phelps started selling cars as a high school teacher 16 years ago, and the growth never stopped. Ryan's goal is to be the best at really bad credit financing, but carry an A-plus reputation.
Just because your credit's bad doesn't mean you have to buy from some place like this. My staff cares about its reputation, so it's certainly going to care about you.
Visit RyanPhelps.com and see why from Rochester to Utica, everyone's buying from Ryan.
Vicky in Baldyville realized she needed legal help. She sent us this note.
I tried 3 times to get disability on my own, to no avail. Put Stanley on it, and it finally happened. After Shannon called me, I cried a couple of hours, just knowing I could finally get myself well. I cannot thank you enough.
We took action.
I'm
Expert
back.
witnesses, specialists, doctors who we can trust. When we start down that path together, we leave no stone unturned. Don't go it alone.
Stanley Law.
Welcome back to NASCAR Countdown Live, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Almost ready to go at Dover Motor Speedway. It's All-Star Weekend for the Cup Series, but we are all about points here in the O'Reilly Series. And before we get to our race-winning picks, it's time to take a look back at the season standings between Jamie, Parker, and myself. And Jamie, I gotta say, I am very disappointed. I thought I had more than 2 wins.
I'm not disappointed, I'm shocked.
You're
because
shocked.
I feel like every week when we pick, you always end up having the winner, so I don't know how this works, but I think it's the saying, I'd rather be lucky than good.
All right.
On there.
So yeah, we're back.
Bring in our buddy
Get ready for some racing.
Real quick, I'd just like to be known that I often use picks to get some new names in the show. So you guys have taken the low-hanging fruit. Now I'm taking it
Is
seriously.
that what
It
he's
is,
been doing?
it's safe to say Parker's a man of many excuses.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's
would
true.
like to say
Well,
that
I
too.
did drive race cars just like you. We have a ton
All
of
right.
excuses.
Parker, you can have some time to maybe get up in the standings a little bit further. So who are you going to take today at Dover?
Well, this is before I knew we were tracking these sorts of things, but I still like my pick. He's starting back in 16th. He may be just 18 years old and very new to this series, but I believe today is the day that Brent Cruz gets his first win here at Dover, so I'm going Brent Cruz in the victory lane.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'll take the only driver that's won twice
Oh.
at this racetrack. I think Justin Allgaier gets his 4th win this season. Even though he has to start 13th, I think he can get it done.
Yeah, he's got a little work to do. All right.
Man, my win pick today is Corey Day. Yes. That's my pick, too.
Great pick. That's who I wanted.
You did, but I picked it in our meeting earlier today. So yeah, I think the 17 had a couple weeks, little rough
I can't
stretch.
wait
but I
to
think he
see
gets
how it
back.
works out at the end. We'll have to talk about it next week and see who wins.
You're going to be really upset if he wins and you didn't take him. That's for sure. All right, well, as we get ready to start today's pre-race ceremonies, Golden Corral would like to take a moment to thank our nation's heroes. It is a privilege to serve those who serve. It is now time for our pre-race ceremonies at Dover Motor Speedway.
Please rise as you are able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the 436th Airlift Wing Honor Guard from Dover Air Force Base presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome from Dover Air Force Base, 512th Airlift Wing, Chaplain Nathan Newman.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we thank you for the gifts that bring us together today, for skill and courage, discipline and teamwork, creativity and competition. We thank you for the drivers, the crews, their families, fans, and all those who make this work today. Lord, in a place that's filled with thunder, where engines roar and the grounds shake, we are reminded that creation is never truly silent. Jesus said that if people keep silent, that even the rocks would cry out. And so today, perhaps even these engines echo something deeper, that every good thing points beyond itself, that every display of power reminds us that there's a greater power, and every longing for victory points us to a joy that does not fade. Keep us humble in success, steady in adversity, and grateful for every good gift. Would you protect every driver and crew member today? Grant wisdom, calmness, and safety for us all. And we do especially pray that you would protect the members at Dover who are currently deployed and their loved ones on the front line at home. They fight in order that we might be free. And may everything that we experience here lift our eyes beyond ourselves to the one from whom every good gift comes. Amen.
Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome from Dover Air Force Base's 436th Medical Group, Airman First Class, Diana Antwi Bosiaco.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through their perilous fight. Oh, the rampart we lost, where so gallantly streamed, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land and all the free, and the home of the
America.
Golden Corral is proud to
Who doesn't love
partner with Project
America?
Healing Waters, healing Americans' veterans through
America's
the therapeutic art
fun.
of fly fishing.
America
And
is
as the founding
great
partner of Camp Corral,
because
Golden
America
Corral
is
helps children
good.
of wounded, ill, or fallen military members to summer camp each year. Well, we are in the final stretch of NASCAR Countdown Live. The Monster Mile is on the way from Delaware. We'll get the engines fired on the other side. We'll be right back.
NASCAR Powerball, the chase is on.
Finalists, are you ready?
Don't miss your chance to collect cash prizes on your way to an all-new destination where you could take home $1 million. The official lottery game of NASCAR is back for the chase. Powerball, the chase to $1 million starts now.
Start the celebration this holiday with Blackstone fun and flavor that brings everyone together. Because all across the nation, Blackstone is the way America cooks outdoors. With an enormous variety for your whole neighborhood. Giving you the freedom to cook anything, anytime, anywhere. Only on a Blackstone, America's best-selling griddle. Celebrate this holiday with griddles and more at BlackstoneProducts.com or your nearest Blackstone retailer.
What causes a curve down there? Is it Peyronie's disease? Is there somebody I can talk to or help?
I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that.
You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease? There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PD. A urology specialist who treats PD can help you create a plan, including non-surgical options. Find somebody today at GoGetSomebody.com.
Look, if you're an executive, this shirt is a must-have in your closet. I was tired of floppy collars and shirts with sweat stains, so I got this shirt I saw on TV, and now I don't have to worry. I got it shipped in no time, and I switched from regular polos to this immediately. The brand is called Collars & Co. They make a regular stretchy golf shirt, but the top has a firm collar on it. I got rid of so many problems by upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore. I'm free from uncomfortable long sleeves, and the collars stay stiff all day. Get 20% off today using code TV at collarsandco.com.
I think there's something wrong with the toilet. Call Roto-Rooter.
10 away. 5, 4, 3. Whoa. And you guys are fast. Thanks, guys.
What is that?
It's a monster of a challenge this week in the Xfinity Series.
Today, NASCAR Xfinity Series drivers trying to tame the monster.
Go get Miles Monsters then.
Over the years, we have seen monster wrecks.
This is one of the most physically challenged tracks that we have.
The driver's racetrack, and we have one of the best.
Tough on drivers, tough on cars.
This monster will bite you if you're not careful. This might be the most technical racetrack that these guys are going to see all year.
It's crazy at Dover, the most intense ride in NASCAR.
Today's aerial coverage is brought to you by Lucas Oil Helicopter. Big views on a big weekend at Dover, a track the series has come to since its inaugural race back in 1982. It's also a home track for guys like Raja Karuth, Heather.
That's absolutely right. And earlier today, he pointed out to me every single seat he sat in as a kid, where he watched many races here at Dover from literally every viewpoint in the grandstand. But racing in front of your hometown crowd, friends, and family always brings extra confidence. And after talking with his crew chief, Marty Lindley, he told me the confidence level is high for this team. In fact, Raja believes he has a shot at the win, but reminded by Marty that they need to make sure they stay focused on the small stuff so they don't get ahead of themselves and set their expectations too high. The goal for them today is a 5th or better, which should be in reach since Raja had his second best qualifying effort of the season, and he rolls off 4th, Kim. Well, Heather, Ross Chastain is running triple duty again this weekend. So, what did he learn in the truck race yesterday? Well, besides getting acclimated to the resin, the biggest takeaway was leaving the strategy decisions up to the crew chief. He said yesterday he tried to help make the calls, and that really messed up the team's day. So today, he's going to be hands-off in that regard. He's going to keep his mouth shut, he said, and just focus on the driving. He's putting his complete trust in crew chief Philip Bell to make the right calls. The extra seat time, though, already proved helpful. Ross starts P1 after putting down the fastest lap in pole qualifying, Carla.
And after a tough trip to Texas and a trip to Watkins Glen, where the 17th spent most of the day learning, Corey Day says he's just happy to be at a type of track where he expects to run well. Although it is his first race at Dover, it's a high-paced, fast place, which once again plays into that sprint car background. He told me the biggest thing today will be trying to pace his race early and not run the top too early, despite saying his car actually felt the best up top during practice and qualifying. The 17 rolls off P3 to start. It's now time to get the engines fired at Dover.
Dover Motor Speedway, here to give the command to fire engines with the most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome 17-time Poker World Champion and Bet Rivers Ambassador, Phil Hellmuth.
Folks, in my sport, we say shuffle up and deal. But here at the Monster Mile NASCAR weekend for the Bet Rivers 200, we say, drivers, start your engines.
Well, easy enough today on a 1-mile track. 200 laps equals 200 miles. The O'Reilly Series will roll off with the green flag welcoming us back right here on the CW. The booth will welcome us back.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Ooh, that's rough. At least with Safe Light, you can get that fixed any way you want. Any way I want.
Any way you want, it's the way you need it. Any way you want.
I can schedule a chip fix while I get my hair clipped?
Yep.
They can fix my glass while we fish for bass.
If you want.
They can recalibrate my safety features while I sit at home in my comfy pants?
That one doesn't rhyme, but sure.
Get it fixed any way you want at SafeLight.com. Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salts, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tahini it?
You're seeing Skechers' famous glide step footwear everywhere. And now that famous design is available in hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Get the comfort and style of glide step now with the convenience of slip-ins, with no bending down or touching your shoes. Try glide step Skechers slip-ins.
Every day, there are heroes among us. Men and women who serve something bigger than themselves. They sacrifice, they inspire. And they deserve to be honored in a way that lasts. Nominate a veteran or active duty service member for the NASCAR Heroes Pass and give them a lifetime of NASCAR. Visit NASCAR.com/salutes to nominate a hero today.
Tuesday, all eyes turn to NXT on the CW.
Champions versus contenders.
Better get ready for war. All new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
We believe in bringing joy, bringing fun every single day. This is Banana Ball, baby, let's go!
Tonight, watch as the Savannah Bananas take on the Coconuts live from Savannah, Georgia. The Savannah Bananas versus the Coconuts, live tonight at 6:30, 3:30 Pacific.
Password 1, 2, 3, 4.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
Reinfeldt's Auto Sales in Rome is open, joining Auburn, Sodas, and Phoenix. Reinfeldt started selling cars as a high school teacher 16 years ago, and the growth never stopped. Ryan's goal is to be the best at really bad credit financing, but carry an A+ reputation.
Just because your credit's bad doesn't mean you have to buy it from some place like this. My staff cares about its reputation, so it's certainly going to care about you.
Visit Reinfeldts.com and see why from Rochester to Utica, everyone's buying from Ryan.
Knowing there's a solid roof over everything you've built. There's a name for that feeling. With roofing projects, quality materials, experienced installers, and lasting value are essential. But making the right decision all comes down to comfort. Save 15% off your project with no interest until 2030.
Password 1, 2, 3, 4.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
NASCAR is back in the nation's first state. Dover, Delaware plays host to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series today. CW Sports is live with flag-to-flag coverage for the 80th time from the Monster Mile. Hi everyone, I'm Dylan Welch in for Adam Alexander again this week while Adam prepares for a busy summer stretch starting next week. Jamie McMurray, Parker Kligerman.
No Adam Alexander this week.
As always, Parker, this place, a lot like the
could have had a sweep if he was racing today, yeah.
Things happen very fast here. How do you tame this place, and how do you just put together a solid day with all that can go on?
Well, first of all, it's good to have some more youth in this booth. I appreciate that. But, hey, I think this place is, for all the reasons you mentioned, it's fast and it's on edge. And what does that mean? When wrecks happen, they can be big. Look at this one back many years ago, over, up into the wall. I believe that was Clint Boyer that was in that 33 there. And really, this happens because the way this track is shaped, the way the banking is, these cars always funnel to the inside. How much banking there is at this racetrack, and with the wall so close and condensed on both sides, you have nowhere to go. So if a car is sideways, suddenly you're going at such a high rate. There's no exit plan. You end up in big wrecks at this crazy racetrack.
Yeah, Parker mentioned the track and what the drivers are going to go through. Let's take a look with the help from our friends from iRacing, exactly what the drivers see from their perspective. We mentioned the banking. 24 degrees at both ends of this racetrack. It's a concrete surface. They're going to drive up out of the hole or the hill. They're going to say right here, the backstretch 9 degrees of banking. Still a ton of banking even for the straightaways. You see that 23.5-foot drop off down into the corners. We're going to have a great reference here. 23.5 feet. We hear guys talk about this track being like a roller coaster as you drop down into the corners, and when it lands, check this out right here. From the top of the banking to the bottom, 2.1 stories, 23.5 feet, and that's what happens every single lap, every single time here. The drivers will talk about rolling in and out of the corners. It's a massive landing.
Basically like jumping out of the house every time. Two-story house. Yeah, two-story house. That's good to know.
Savannah Bananas out of this race, I will not be watching that.
Along with practice, see how we'll line them up this afternoon. Ross Chastain and Brandon Jones will share the front row. Second career pole for Chastain in the JRM9 this weekend.
Yeah, we got Harrison Burton.
All right, yes, but once again, the race breakdown for today, exact same as yesterday's truck race. It is 45 laps for stage 1, 45 laps for stage 2, and the final stage is 110 laps to make up the 200-lap race around this 1-mile track, 200 miles. Ross Chastain is on pole. My win pick is Corey Day. He starts in 3rd. My guy Sheldon Creed starting in 12th. Last year's winner was Connor Zilisch. And yeah, I want to say a happy belated birthday to Jaden. Fucking Jaden. His birthday was yesterday. And I was like wishing him a happy birthday in the stream. But like he wasn't in the stream. So he didn't hear it in the stream. But I still sent it to him through text. So everyone say happy birthday to Jaden. Happy birthday, Jaden Bain, 21 years old.
Pit reporters this afternoon, and we'll start things off with Kim Kuhn. Hi, Kim.
You are here now.
Well, it's been a tough start to the year for the 2014.
It was at Cheddar's yesterday.
Day would go a very long way. You guys mentioned it. They had a great qualifying, and the team started off the weekend on the right foot. Crew Chief Brian Gainey telling me this is the best they've unloaded in a long time. Harrison really liked the car in practice, and the confidence of the driver is extra important at a track like Dover. This next part I love, though. He also told me Dover is a place where you have to be a little bit crazy as a driver to be successful, and he said Harrison is that guy. So Heather, expect the 24 team and driver to be a little aggressive today. And for Taylor Gray, he qualified 5th to start this race, coming to a racetrack that is really great for him. Last year, he led laps, won a stage, and
order Domino's
before this race was shortened for rain. He comes into this weekend with the same speed as last year, and Taylor told me he feels strong and competitive, and that his team, his crew chief here, Jason Ratcliffe, and Joe Gibbs Racing have a great package for this racetrack. In general, he feels like they could be the ones to beat this afternoon, but the biggest challenge is that other competitors are really close on speed, so firing off fast, maintaining track position, that will be key to staying ahead of the rest of the field today.
Thanks, Kim. Thanks, Heather. But hey, if you're saying what a lot, scan the QR code to take a short, free online hearing test at starkey.com. Let's listen in now to some Starkey radio communications with points leader Justin Allgaier.
track temp 30 degrees hotter than the end of practice.
Yes, sir. Copy that. I like it.
Perfect. That Branch Chevy looks really good. Beautiful day, and that thing's going to come to the front fast.
Yes, sir. We're going to have some fun today.
You hear Allgaier saying he likes it. It's because the track tip's getting hot. It's going to be a little bit slicker than what they had earlier today. And he thinks that's the key to the 7 car getting victory lane today.
Allgaier's won here twice at the Monster Mile. We've got a great opportunity for a little bit of a peek behind the curtain on their race team today. This is the pit crew view brought to you by O'Reilly. Andrew Overstreet, the crew chief, standing there front of screen and company, ready to go atop the pit box for the 17 today.
You think the nerves are high? Look where he's standing. Right there is all the monitors where his engineers are looking, and Andrew seems to be back here, elevated, wanting to see the whole picture right now.
He stands a lot.
He does. I can see that. He's got the nerves going.
Ready to go as the field gets the 1 to go signal.
Gotta think the leader, Chastain's going to take the outside here. It's kind of been the dominant lane all weekend. We've seen a couple of guys try the bottom, but the outside has been the lane that has won most of these restarts.
And something we're going to watch today, the resin was laid down on Thursday. We've had a Truck Series race. The Cup cars have been on track both today and yesterday. So some of that initial application is worn off, but a big storyline in the garage of how that's going to impact things all afternoon long for these teams today.
Yeah, and you see it right here. This track is darker than we would historically see at this time after cars have rode around under the pace slats, picking that rubber up. It's a lot darker.
My bank, Jaden.
That's been put into the racetrack and stayed there because of the resin, and therefore all these drivers and teams will be learning how that affects this start and restarts as we go along here.
Ross Chastain did choose the outside lane as the pole sitter. He set his first pole since 2018, and Brandon Jones with one of his best starts of the year in that 20 car.
Yeah, it's a fraud. They think that there's charges happening.
This was a factor in the truck race yesterday. They got off on pit strategy, but he had a truck capable of competing with Kyle Busch, who ended up winning that race.
See him when weaving, they're just trying to get those tires up to temp, cleaned off as best you can, especially these concrete tracks. You pick up a lot of that rubber onto the tires. You want to get that cleaned off, get them ready for the restart, or for the start.
Got both the HendrickCars.com cars. Corey Day, Raja Caruth there in row 2. Taylor Gray, Sam Mayer make up row number 3. Nice crowd on hand in a beautiful day in Dover, Delaware.
All right, green flag. We're racing from Dover.
O'Reilly Auto Parts Series is green at the Monster Mile.
Saw the 20 and Brandon Jones spin his tires, but actually got a really good launch right there, even with being on the inside lane. Got a great battle for the lead right there on the inside.
Does he clear him here off the 2? That's key.
Brandon Jones taking the lead on lap 1.
See cars all over the place behind them, side by side. This is so treacherous.
Oh, man.
That's what you run the risk of when you're that inside car. It takes away that right rear side force. He went up the racetrack.
Yeah, fortunately, Ross left him just enough room that it allowed Jones to slide him just a little bit, no contact.
Chastain gets the lead, only the second time he's led laps in his 14 Dover starts. The fight for clean air so important here. Taylor Gray, who you see in the 54, started on the pole last year, led the entire distance of stage 1 from the pole. So that fight for track position important early.
See that outside lane struggling just a little bit. I thought with the treatment they did to the track that the outside came in quicker on the initial few laps we saw of the truck race yesterday. You got to wonder, is that starting to wear off, or is it just a difference in the trucks versus the cars?
Race for position inside the top 10. This is at the back of the top 10. Sheldon Creed, the 00, the gray car there this week. He's got 9th. Carson Quapple in 10th, trying to challenge that spot as we flash forward. Here's Taylor Gray to the inside of Corey Day.
That's a really well executed pass, exactly how you want to do it. Get clear by the time you get to the middle of the corner so you can get some of that aero help on the right side of your car, get back to the throttle. When you end up side by side, especially like we saw from Brandon Jones on lower air pressures, you just don't quite know where the car's going to be. You don't quite have the security in it. In this racetrack, you are so on edge, lap after lap, and when you get side by side, that just goes up a ton because you're just not exactly knowing exactly what amount of grip you're going to have.
Well, and as we were right on board with the gun.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bank people.
You look ahead, the 17 of Corey Day, we thought he had
Goodbye now.
one of the best cars in practice. Carl actually
Fucking
picked
idiots.
him as her pick today, but struggling right here on the short run.
They got my card fixed, I think.
First start for Day.
But like, So I ended up, I tried to like buy my fucking order from Domino's like 4 different times because it wasn't working. So I hope it didn't charge it 4 separate times now that I've confirmed that that was me. I hope they didn't charge it at all because I ended up just asking my dad to send me $30. And that's what I used. And then I'll pay him back.
As I watch the steering wheel, though,
So hopefully he doesn't like charge me all those separate times since I said that it was me.
for Dover, we watch these guys really
Oh well. Fucking, this shit's dumb. I hate the bank, dude.
near as much as we saw some of the guys in practice.
I hate the bank.
Spot. Last week's second place finisher after that heartbreak at Watkins Glen in the final corner. Meanwhile, here's a battle for the lead. Brandon Jones has not let the 9 of
Ross Chastain.
No, and there's a little bit of a trend here that I see with the Joe Gibbs racing cars. We saw Taylor Gray going by the 17 of Corey Day earlier. See, he's gotten by Raja Caruth now as well. And now we've got Brandon Jones, another Joe Gibbs racing car, working on the lead.
I feel like Brandon's picked up right where he left off for Dover last year. He was trying to change.
They should get drops as it already got declined. That's good.
Before it got rain short.
Yeah, I tried like 3 times on the Domino's app. And then I tried connecting my card to Venmo. That didn't work. So then I was like, maybe it's actually not working. So I Venmoed Dom $1 as a test. And then it didn't work. And I was like, yep, my card's fucking not working. But now they say it's back open for business.
Normally see 3 wide at Dover.
Well, that's how you get 13 and 8 laps. That's right. You got to make it work.
I had my dad send me $30 through Apple Pay.
Exactly how you do it.
I'll pay him back.
Powerball power movers. And as expected, Retzloff, the biggest of those, plus 13. Blaine Perkins, I think, was one of those cars that he went by in that 3 wide move. So he's picked up a couple as well, but
there you go. I tried that. I tried it again at Dom, and it worked. So my card's working again.
3 straight top 10s for the 99. 10 laps in at Dover. This is the race for the lead. It's been all Ross Chastain from pole position. This move was key for Chastain to get ahead of the curve.
Oh, caution.
The lead over Brandon Jones.
Caution's out. Oh, jeez. Who's that?
We were just talking about Parker Retzloff.
Parker Retzloff.
Jeff Burton, the other car. That's on the back straightaway.
Brings out the first caution of the day.
And Retzloff has got serious damage.
Yeah, this actually starts ahead of them when we get some replays here. Brent Cruz and Jeff Burton has major damage. Brent Cruz had an issue off of 2. It was my pick, that's unfortunate, but he had an issue. They sort of got checked up behind him. And we end up with this incident between Retzloff and Jeff Burton. And Retzloff absolutely was flying through the field, so it's truly unfortunate.
See, the window net is down, and that appears to be day over for the 99.
It's such a hard track to get slowed down when there's an accident in front of you. You just don't realize the speed you're carrying until it's almost like a super speedway wreck. Like when you get on the brakes, you just can't get slowed down. You see the damage there to the right rear quarter. It's not a day ender for the 19, but definitely looks like he's also gotten into the wall. That right front, the Goodyear missing off that tire.
Yeah, with how important Aero is here, it's going to take a lot of work to make that car.
Jen Burton?
Before this.
Jen Burton, Jaden?
Cruz is running 13th here.
Right, so Ryan Seed gets loose underneath him, kicks him up the track. He hits.
I've never heard of a Jen Burton.
Behind them, you see that they're kind of. I believe they were almost checking up.
Oh yeah, LeVar Scott just. Oh, they do. They all check up. You see Jeff checks up, and then Retzloff gets into the back of him. The 45 of LeVar Scott gets into the back of Retzloff. Just kind of a accordion effect right there of Jeff seen it first.
Well, this is what we talk about. Things happen fast here at Dover under yellow. 12 laps in.
Chester! Dude, Chester's such an asshole. I'll send him out back, and he knows this way. Like, there's just like fucking like, he like digs under the fence to go around front. So I'll send him out back, and then I'll let him back in, and then he won't come back in when I call him. And I'm like, you fucking asshole. And I already know what he's doing. He's going around the front, and then I open the front door, and he's just hanging in the front yard. And I'm like, get the fuck in the house, asshole. He's the most annoying dog ever.
It's so good. It's like my dad grew it himself.
Yeah, it was about a 4.5 minute green flag run to start the race here from Dover today.
This stick just said he was proud of me.
for getting the best deal in town for endless steaks and sides and everything.
With SafeLight, you can get that fixed now and pay later.
Fix now, pay later?
SafeLight offers flexible payment options and anywhere mobile service, so you can get it fixed here, or here, and pay later.
Wait, he does that? Jeb is his initials? I didn't know that.
Integrity, it's obvious. One of these cars.
Jeb is not actually his first name. It's John Edward Burton, and that's like, oh my god, that's crazy.
You use it less, but you love it more. And if
I think Jack Caglione from the Royals, the Kansas City Royals.
Don't pay more.
Yeah, Jack Caglione is Jeffrey Allen Caglione
From Haggerty.
from the Royals.
Today
Yeah, he does that too.
That's right, Mom and Dad. My new boyfriend rides a motorcycle.
Oh, it's just a cruiser for unwinding on the weekends. Protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurance.
How responsible.
Very sensible.
And he has a tattoo.
Temporary for my niece. She insisted.
Oh, that's cute. Well, guess what, Mom? I chopped my hair off. Wow, I stand corrected. It's lovely. No, it's not.
Super cute.
Very in right now.
It's my rough and tumble little girl.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But take a look at Consumer Cellular. We're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. Just $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data? Now that looks good. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction, and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Come on, you've earned this. For a limited time, new customers get your second month free when you switch to Consumer Cellular.
Prime is kicking it into gear with a bang. First stop, the Coca-Cola 600. It's red, white, and blue. And never won by you. Creechy's got to keep gas in the tank. Where are you playing your Charlotte Motor Speedway?
We're here for a bigger cause. We know our freedom's now free.
Saluting the troops. Hell yeah!
Tonight is where dreams are made.
NASCAR, it's on Prime. Come on!
Stream the Coca-Cola 600 next Sunday. NASCAR, it's on Prime. Start your 30-day free trial.
Come on and ride the wind. We're
NASCAR
going up
CW
around
is
the
brought to you
bend.
by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. The Credit One Bank NASCAR American Express card. And by Progressive Insurance. Get in the savings lane today. Visit progressive.com.
Going up around the bend.
Back at Dover and under yellow for the first time today. The wheel and caution lights are on. The same wheel and emergency lights and sirens you see on the safety vehicles here at the track are protecting first responders in communities all across America. 4 cars involved in this stage 1 crash.
Like yesterday, I fucking sent Chester outside. I went to use the bathroom. And then when I was trying to get him back inside, he wouldn't come in. And I was like, well, the asshole's out front. And then I went out front, and he's fucking in the middle of the road. Like, what an idiot.
Progressive.com.
Like,
here's how it starts, just out the front window of Sammy Smith.
So you see just get loose, hip checks Brent Cruz, sort of an innocent bystander there, was giving Ryan Sieg plenty of room. He gets up the track, and then this causes Jeb Burton to be slow, or Jeb was having another issue.
I think Jeb just checked up because he saw the 19 spinning to the bottom, not knowing which direction. If you watch the 19,
he's thinking he might be coming down the
where's
track
he
or
gonna
something.
go? You're not sure, right? He was awful early right there.
Yeah, he was awfully, and he was slow for sure. And I think Retzloff wasn't anticipating that. Then also got hit there by LeVar Scott at the same time.
Hey, and it's worth noting on Retzloff, qualified 14th, but made those unapproved adjustments, had to go to the back. He's collected in that. Would have maybe been right around Cruz if he'd started where he was supposed to, but either way, at the back of the field and got some day-ending damage because of it.
And it's a huge hit in the points for them. They came in plus 58 above the chase cut line for Parker Retzloff and Viking Motorsports, so not the day they were looking for to have an issue this early.
Let's head down to pit road and Heather DeBow with a update on the 88 of Roger Carew.
And Dylan, there was a scary moment here yesterday as truck teams were setting up pit road for the truck race. They actually had an incident where one of the tire carriers was injured.
oh yeah, that shit. I saw that shit. That's scary.
Spire Motorsports pit box was coming down the hill and lost.
You maybe don't
and the team lost
have a
control of
hill.
it. So
I don't know.
carrier Donovan Williams was injured while attempting to stop the cart and essentially saved Fox Sports pit reporter Amanda Busick from being seriously injured. Now, thankfully, both Amanda and Donovan are okay.
Donovan was treated for minor injuries. Here you see the picture with him and Amanda. He was released last night and able to fly home with the team this morning. But filling in for Donovan here, because he was supposed to pit for the 88 of Raja Karuth, is Jarius Moorhead. He was moved over from the 48 of Patrick Starapoli to be the tire carrier here today for Raja.
Thanks for that, Heather. And yeah, scary stuff for sure. And certainly so glad that that was not worse. Those pit boxes are multiple thousands of pounds. So those things are, I mean, those are big pieces of equipment. So glad that that everybody was okay there yesterday. Let's, before we go back to green, check in with Kim at the Care Center.
Parker Retzlaff released from the Care Center. You were making your way through the field after starting from the rear. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know for sure. Just overall, I thought our practice didn't go great. We, probably the worst we fired off for the year, but I mean, they made great changes and adjustments going into this race. And I mean, I drove forward there and they checked up. I drove in the back of Jeb a little bit, and then I guess we both just got run clean over. I don't know. I guess it's hard for us to see what happened in front of us, but we checked up and just got run over. So overall, just very disappointed for everyone on the Funkaway Viking Motorsports Chevrolet and everyone who's put hard work into this. It just sucks if we don't make it in these races. I feel like we wreck really early. So just come back next week, I guess.
It's like you come off of turn 2 there and everybody is checked up and slowed down. It's hard to find an open lane there.
Well, the other thing is just the way you are in these cars, the way the corners are shaped, you can't see around the corner a ton, just like Bristol we talked about there. So a lot of that is blind for these drivers compared to what we see from the outside.
Unfortunate ending, though, regardless, for all of those guys, and Retzlaff certainly disappointed. Field is set for the Echo Park Restart Zone. Echo Park Automotive, where car buying is easier,
all right, going back green,
and happier. Back to green on lap 18.
Gonna have 27 laps to go on the stage. Green flag's back in the air.
Of stage 1, Chastain, the leader, back in the outside lane, did not make it to start that time, and Brandon Jones in control as they go to 1.
Yeah, Chastain cannot get going on that outside lane, which is typically a little bit better. You see Jones has him cleared now. I thought Jones might actually have a little quicker car just before that caution came out, so we'll see what he can do now with some clean air.
Yeah, historically, the bottom's harder to hook up the rear tires because you're having to kind of be at a worse angle as you come off the banking there, and it's awkward to get the power down. A great job by Brandon Jones is wobbled to the outside of William Sawalich.
Get that top lane working a little bit here. Looks like he's still struggling, though. Sawalich is going to clear him on the inside. See Jesse Love trying to get to that quarter panel, just get his nose stuck in there. One's going to give him a little bit of room.
The race for 7th. Waffle will clear him, take that 7th spot. Love back to 8th. Look at this mess on the right side of the screen. Allgaier trying to work his way through some traffic outside the top 10.
Yeah, Justin hasn't made the progress that we thought. I mean, he started 13th. He's still in 12th right now, so if that car just doesn't fire off the way he wants. He didn't have a good short run speed in practice, but they opted to go out late in practice. I thought, we kind of that was maybe the reason, but we don't see him moving forward near as fast as we expected.
Good run going for Harrison Burton there, just ahead of Allgaier in the 24 for Sam Hunt Racing. He's in 11th, Allgaier's 12th.
A lot of drivers testing that outside lane, but just not having a lot of success with it early on. I think it's kind of deceiving with the resin as we go on board here. Sammy Smith on board with the resin and the rubber that's going down into that, almost deceiving. Like you think you can go there, but you can't. There just isn't quite.
Next week is Charlotte. I can't wait.
The pass or you'd see later in a run, that's where the bottom gets really.
My favorite race of the year.
Drivers are trying to make it work. It's just not quite there yet.
Well, and as you look at this track from those onboards, it looks really wide and it's black, and you see guys trying to move around here, but this is one of the most challenging tracks to make a pass on because of the speed to get in here and the distance difference from the bottom to that top where guys try to run. It is just extremely hard to complete the passes.
Race for 9th, Corey Day has it, Sheldon Creed wants it in the 0-0. Day has backslid from 3rd, where he originally started.
And the rear end of that race car looks still out of the racetrack for Corey Day, as it did there for Justin Allgaier on the right side of your screen. He got loose underneath Harrison Burton, gives up that spot to Ryan Sieg.
Well, then we heard Allgaier's, crew come on and tell him it's hot, it's going to be slick. It's 82 degrees right now, same as we had in July.
Yeah, for next week I'll have a different background and everything for the stream. I'll change how the stream looks.
Shoot through the middle. You drive this track so weird where you drive in, you lift, and then you give it one throttle for just like.
I'd like to do that whenever they change the broadcast.
Check up again, kind of drive up the hill. It's part of what makes completing that pass so hard.
Saw Ryan Sieg there. He'd gotten around Allgaier, so he's on the move. That's the right of the screen, trying to go by Harrison Burton here for 11th. Meanwhile, left side, Corey Day just trying to continue to hang on. Actually, excuse me, that's Roger Gruth. All right, first one of the day.
It's a rite of passage in this booth, by the way.
We are going to send Rick Hendrick a ham for Christmas for having multiple HendrickCars.com cars on the track because we mess it up constantly.
This is Corey Day. I know that for sure. He's still trying to hold off Sheldon Creed in that race for the 9th spot. Raja a little further ahead, running in that 5th spot.
You know, one thing I heard Corey Day say, or Carlo talked about this in the pre-race, was he thought his car was better on the top. And you see now he's migrating up there. Balance is really loose on the bottom. Honestly, almost the opposite. Normally, if your car's loose, you get around the bottom better. If you're tight, you kind of want to run up the racetrack.
I have an idea. Let's start listing random athletes. They have to be random, though. I'll start. Leody Taveras. All right, someone else go.
And that's how it works when you are loose, is that if you can get it to where you can have that car straight over right there. You saw, had to check up the middle, almost slid the rear just a little too much. That allowed Sheldon Creed to get up beside him, but then that momentum off the top carries him past Sheldon.
Good racing here
Cody
for
Ware.
inside of the top 10. Brandon Jones, the leader in this move, was key for the number 20 to get ahead of the curve and take the lead.
Get ahead of your curve.
All right, I'll go again.
Explore Peyronie's disease treatments at GetSomebody4PD.com.
Who should I go with?
Throttles are buried through the firewall.
Storm Duck.
We know the fire of competition is born at the track.
Storm Duck from the Miami Dolphins.
Every turn.
Every part drives us.
Sheldon Creed wins. Our professional parts people can offer you the right parts and advice so you're ready for every moment along the way.
What a finish!
Every part matters in competition, and every part is powered by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Summer styles this good make my family look like we have everything under control. We don't.
Brandon Jones is leading the race. Pole sitter Ross Chastain running in 2nd. My win pick Corey Day is running in 9th.
At polesandpoles.com.
When choosing the right gear to cut, trim, or mow your yard, Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. Because gas or battery, your local Ace is the destination with the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Ego, Milwaukee, Craftsman, and Toro. And with free assembly and delivery, or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes, conquering your outdoor projects has never been easier. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. The Colonel has a bucket list. The $10 one. Monday nuggets. Tuesday fried chicken. Wednesday wings. Thursday tenders. Friday nuggets again. Now that's living life to the fullest. Get a $10 bucket of the day from KFC.
Do you want your vehicle to look showroom new, inside and out? Cerakote, the industry leader in ceramic coatings, makes it easy with our complete car care system. With over 80,000 five-star reviews and more #1 bestsellers than any other brand, you can trust Cerakote. Buy now.
Every day of the week, running, every word I
Court Carson Ware.
At the end of the day,
About
we're all chasing something.
Hmm.
Imagine what you could do with an all-electric vehicle that gets you.
Trying to think.
Let's go places.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind.
Jay
Sometimes
Bruner
depressive lows
from the Mariners.
And unpredictable highs
played like
can make
years
it hard
ago.
to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25.
Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Test your luck and make your power play by heading to your local lottery retailer.
Matt
to get
Cain
the game for tonight's estimated
pitched for the San
Powerball
Francisco
jackpot
Giants.
of $86 million. Things closing up at the front of the field. Brandon Jones, who has led for the third straight Dover race, is trying to finish this stage out with 7 to go. But Ross Chastain and the 2 cars behind him, Sam Mayer and Taylor Gray, have both closed in.
Yeah, look where they're running. They've migrated to the top side of this racetrack as they start to chase the rubber. This is some of what we're figuring out with this resin. How would the rubber lay into the track? What would that cause these drivers to do? It was, what, 20 laps ago? I was saying, I don't know if the outside line is there. Now everyone has shifted up the racetrack. We've seen drivers push it all the way up into the top side of the gray. They're diamonding the racetrack, which means entering and then turning back down, trying to get exits. So they're all over the place, trying to just find where the most grip is. But it's pretty awesome to see.
Some lap traffic here for 5th, 6th, and 7th. That's C.J. McLaughlin in the 42. Carson Quaffle.
Ooh, Corey Day almost fucking killed himself.
Massive run because he ran the top of that end. It's going to be really hard to complete this pass. Oh, he's using it as a pick. Got a little pick right here. Awesome job right there by the 17. Let's see if he goes back to the top. In this last traffic plays such a huge role in this track, and you see he's kind of chasing the gray is what I would call that. And I don't know that it's as much about rubber as it is just trying to get to like some fresh compound or the traction compound they put on the racetrack. Just trying to get to that. You see William Sawalich right there in front of him. It's changed the dynamic of the race. Like normally you kind of fight for guys wanting to run the bottom, and now we're seeing everybody go to the top.
Sam Mayer riding in
that was crazy.
Right now, attempting to hold off Taylor Gray in the 54. Let's get some 41 team radio.
Ross is starting to pick up speed, doing that with that lap. That was really fast on him, 75. There you go. Utilize that big turn, make that straightaway long like you just did. Jason, I'm going to be in his ass all day. I want to win this race. Yeah, 10-4.
That's Kevin Ham on the spotter. I like it, taking things over. These guys at the front have not moved up the racetrack near as much as they have in the back half of the top 10. But I imagine word will reach them pretty quickly that may be where they want to go. As we see Chastain move about a car width or so off the wall there in second.
He's been all over the place. Yeah. He's trying a multitude of different lines. Brandon's been a little bit more conservative. I'd say Corey Day here, we're watching, trying to get around Sawalich, has been one of the most aggressive. You noted Jamie getting to the top, chasing that gray, going as high as you possibly can to get the runs off the corner. He was so loose earlier on, but this is obviously...
All right, final lap of the stage here. Brandon Jones has the lead.
Off the top side of the racetrack.
And there's a threshold, though, of going to the top here. Once you get right up by the wall, especially in 3 and 4, it gets rough. So you're chasing grip, but you also get too high, and the car just starts bouncing really bad.
Into the stage here out of turn number
And Brandon Jones wins stage 1 at Dover.
17th career stage win for the 20 in his first here at Dover. Good race there. Ross Chastain, Sam Mayer, Taylor Gray, and Roger.
All right, so it was about a 11-minute and 20-second green flag run to end the first stage. I'm going to go outside and smoke, also get my food, and I'll be back for the start of stage 2.
Hi, dog.
This is Arby's pulled pork and chopped brisket. This is the juicy result of slow smoking meat for up to 13 hours. And this is you forgetting time exists and getting lost in the sauce.
Arby's, we have the meat.
Tajín Chile Lime Sauce, mild with major Chile lime flavor. It takes snacks to a whole other level. What's your way to Tajín?
This summer, let flavor ring with a grilled ranch burger seasoned with Hidden Valley Ranch. It's bold, zesty, and unforgettable cookout flavor done right. Hidden Valley Ranch, the flavor of America.
At Ace, we know whether you grill with charcoal, gas, pellet, or griddle, we've got the perfect grill for you. Because only your local Ace has all the best brands in one place, like Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone. With free assembly and delivery of your new grill, along with all the sauces, rubs, and grilling extras, you'll have everything you need for your perfect barbecue. That sounds pretty perfect. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Thanks for coming in to talk about Doug Jr.
Of course. Third grade is when I learned Liberty Mutual could save you half customizing your car insurance.
Why don't you come sit with us?
Oh, little snug. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
These guys are out of control.
Candy, hang on! This is why it matters.
The NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, next Saturday from Charlotte at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on the CW.
CW6 is your official home of the New York Lottery. Watch tonight for your Lotto, Win 4, and Take 5 results on the CW6 News at 10.
Davidson Ford is your SUV headquarters with over 250 SUVs in stock and ready to roll. From weekend escapes to the daily commute, we have the perfect SUV for you. Don't wait. Shop Syracuse's #1 Ford dealer at DavidsonFordClay.com.
Being a personal injury lawyer is tough business. I know. I'm Joe Stanley, and I've been doing this for a while. And it's letters from clients like John that keep us going.
John from Canastota says, the Stanley team is the best move I made after my accident. They've made a horrible experience in my life better. They were always there for me, always, on top of all my needs as a client.
Stanley Law, there for you.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, saving another American's tail, all cheap things. Making a cheap vehicle for only people like him, not a cheap thing. Hurry into the Memorial Day sales event to get a great deal on a Jeep Grand vehicle.
Well-qualified current FCA lessees can lease the 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4 for $439 a month, or finance and get $5,500 total bonus cash allowance. See your Syracuse area Jeep Grand dealer.
Davidson Ford is your SUV headquarters with over 250 SUVs in stock and ready to roll. From weekend escapes to the daily commute, we have the perfect SUV for you. Don't wait. Shop Syracuse's #1 Ford dealer at DavidsonFordClay.com.
The wheel and caution lights are back on. What you're seeing on the track right now is the same wheel and emergency warning technology used by police, fire, and EMS vehicles across America, trusted every day to protect those who protect us. This is stage 1 break brought to you by Arby's. Brandon Jones picks up the stage win. Got a couple cars head to the garage, by the way. Logan Bearden and LeVar Scott. And Josh Balicki in position to get the free pass on this yellow. Progressive Pit Road is open, and we start with Kim.
And leader Brandon Jones has the first available box. He said the cycles freed us up, but front turn was hindering me, especially middle exit. 4 fresh Goodyear tires, Snowboat fuel, air pressure. You see Ross Chastain in the middle, tight the entire run. Slight rotation on entry. They're going to do half a pound out of the right front. Up on the track bar, you saw that chassis adjustment right there, as well as tires and fuel. Heather? For Sam Mayer on the bottom of your screen, telling his crew chief Jason Chincheri he's tight 4 numbers, but not bad. He just can't get through the center and off of the exit of 4. But they're going to do a round of in the right rear and an air pressure here for Sam Mayer.
Get a look at the race off Progressive Pit Road. Pit Road is so narrow here. And Ross Chastain looks like he's going to beat Taylor Gray and Raja Caruth to the line. So some movers there on Pit Road. Brandon Jones down 7 spots. That's a rare misstep for a great pit crew.
O'Reilly.
Need parts fast? O'Reilly Auto Parts is fast. Need them now? We've got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At least Safelite can come to you for free.
They can come to me for free?
That's right. Safelite can come to you for free, so you can get your windshield fixed anywhere you want at no additional cost. For free mobile service, go to Safelite.com.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
You've fought against the odds in every inch of every race. With endless determination and grit. All of your hard work and dedication have brought you to where you are today.
Keep moving forward. Talk to your doctor about Breztri. 3 medicines in 1 inhaler. Learn more at Breztri.com.
Storms bring damage. Flex Seal brings solutions. Be prepared with the products that millions trust to keep them safe, dry, and secure. Use Flex Tape for quick emergency repairs. Flex Seal Liquid to keep everything sealed and dry. And Flex Seal Spray to stop all types of leaks.
I'm back.
This storm season, defend against damage. Get the original Flex Seal family of products. Available at retailers everywhere because it works.
We believe in bringing joy, bringing fun every single day.
This is Banana Ball, baby, let's go!
Tonight, watch as the Savannah Bananas take on the Coconuts live from Savannah, Georgia. The Savannah Bananas versus the Coconuts, live tonight at 6:30, 3:30 Pacific.
You start with the first rep. Preparation is everything. You build habits so you don't have to think about them. Didn't leave it to chance. Life gets unpredictable. Something always comes at you. Things you didn't plan for. You get pulled over. Or you get fined. Lose your license. The one habit protects you. It protects everyone else on the road. Click it or ticket.
This Nissan lineup goes where you take it. Vehicles built with oomph, torque, traction, and yeah, full control. That's the power of a Nissan. Now's the time to drive. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims or get up to $4,750 total savings on Frontier.
These guys are out of control.
Candy, hang on! This is why it matters.
The NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, next Saturday from Charlotte at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on the CW.
We told you Brandon Jones lost 7 spots in this cycle of pits, and here's why.
Yeah, so a little slow on the right rear.
Brandon Jones had a bad stop there after winning stage 1.
As they go around the car, he should be ahead of him. He's basically first to the tire there. And as you go to the left side, it's a similar story, just a little slow in terms of getting this left rear off. See multiple hits. It's far more than 5 hits. Struggling to get the tire off. Now hitting all 5 on the left rear. That's about 3 seconds slower than the average stop, and lost 7 spots. And then we have contact here between the 19 of Brent Cruz.
Cruz has got to get all 4 corners today.
He just make it perfect.
If somebody can get his left rear, we will complete it all 4.
Let's take a look quickly.
There's a Wingstop, like right across from where I work, that opens in 2 days.
I feel like the PR guy might have.
I can't wait.
I see Arby's. I see a little pizza, chocolate chip cookies. I like the workout though. I know he's into fitness. He does a really good job with all that. I think he and Mark Martin can hang out with that music selection.
I've actually used his Instagram to find new music occasionally.
Yeah, he and I send each other sometimes some new music. So
all right, get ready to go back, Green.
Yeah. Ready to start stage 2. Field working into the Echo Park restart zone. It'll be
and green flag's back in the air.
Control car in the outside lane with Taylor Gray at his left.
Stage 2's underway.
Still struggling just a little bit to get a good launch in that outside lane. Ross has had 3 shots at it today. But you're going to see another Joe Gibbs Racing car right there. Taylor Gray trying to clear him, not quite off turn 2. Little drag race now. Down into turn 3.
This is where Ross has leverage. Right.
Taylor Gray and Ross Chastain side by side.
That inside car gets a little loose. He then takes the lead around the outside in 3 and 4. If you're going to start on the outside, you want to try and clear number 1 and 2. He hasn't been able to do that, but he has all the leverage with that positive momentum down into 3 to be able to take the lead out of 4.
And we talked about that slow stop for Brandon Jones. You see him back in 8th right now, but the guy that had the fastest stop was Corey Day, all the way up to 4th. See what kind of adjustments Adam Wall made to that car. We saw how loose he was at the start of the race. Around the top.
Hey, and you know, we saw this same thing happen last year with another Joe Gibbs car with Taylor Gray. He won the first stage. They had a slow stop in stage 1, buried in traffic. They never really recovered. So important for Jones here to try to pick some off early. They know he's fast. He knows he's fast, but The hardest part now is going to be getting through this traffic and back to the front.
And what did Taylor say last year? He went from having probably the best car on the racetrack to the worst car he'd ever driven because of the dirty air that happens around here. That's really tough because you made adjustments thinking you'd at least stay in maybe the front 2 rows, and now you're buried in traffic and the car's going to handle completely different than what you probably adjusted for.
Good news is, as we saw in stage 1, track has widened out, so some options in theory for the 20 to try to pick some off here. He's up to 9th.
Fair amount of tire fall off as well. We saw 1.3 seconds over the course of the 45 laps in stage 1. We'll see if that gets better or worse. This run won't be near as long. We've only got 33 laps left in this stage, but that final stage, they're going to have a ways to go, and guys are going to have to balance that out.
Good race for 5th here. Jesse Love on the outside in the 2. William Sawalich in the 18. Both these cars have been in and around the top 5 all day so far.
So we'll get Justin Allgaier continuing to try and move
Slowly
forward.
continuing to work his way to the front. It's hard to complete that pass. See, Jones gets that little bit of momentum on the outside. Justin, though, he's really good at running the bottom at all these places. We noted in qualifying earlier, he kind of ran a lower line than a lot. It's just so hard because of the momentum the outside lane has on the exit.
And look what happened to Brandon Jones. Winning the stage to now trying to fend off just to stay in the top 10 with Justin Allgaier and Ryan Sieg hot in his heels as Justin got a little loose there, had to back out of it.
4-pack on the left of the screen there is a good race. 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, all right on top of each other.
We think so.
Sawalich
Caution.
has been trapped. Yeah, we got a yellow. Sawalich was trapped.
Caution's out.
On the bottom.
Oh, man.
Blaine Perkins.
Blaine Perkins has hard hit.
Ball hard.
Yeah, this was a really...
A lot of debris, a lot of... Damn.
Window net down. See Blaine moving around in the cockpit.
A lot of fluids.
We're going to have a look at this. I wasn't quite sure if he had a little help, maybe from Anthony Alfredo, or if Anthony was trying to...
Then the rear end broke. Broke. I don't know what happened. I'm right there.
Blaine was running 18th at the time of this.
Yeah, I didn't even see the hit yet. I just want to see a lot of the damage. I want to see the replay.
The weakest part of your race car. Everybody, we always see here in Bristol, 2 of the harder places on all the components, the suspension. Blaine referenced like something in the rear suspension must have broke and it spun that car around.
Yeah, I caught him as he was going towards the wall, and the 96 was up there.
He's coming out.
There's no light impacts to this place either.
No. And
It's
you're
all
gonna
right.
see also how hard it is to avoid when a car is spinning. So we looking down into 3 here, you see he's already sideways, and look at Anthony Alfredo there at 96. He was chancing it up.
Through.
Yeah, and he basically, as Blaine got sideways, Anthony was already committed to the outside lane, and at that point he just couldn't get it to slow down and turn.
Somebody else hit his debris, too.
As we look back
One of those
Sam
springs.
Smith's 8 car. Now you see the smoke suddenly start, and then the car goes around. So that's
It's almost
indication
like something broke, shifted, and the tire
track
started rubbing on
mount
the
could have
body.
broke, something like in the suspension there.
Under yellow for the 3rd time at Dover, Ross Chastain continues to lead.
Gross.
Jesse, remember Danny?
Hey. Hey.
Nice fit, bro. Thanks. Here we go. How are you doing that?
4 parks. 1 vacation that changes everything. Universal Orlando Resort.
With SafeLight, you can get that fixed now and pay later.
Fix now, pay later?
SafeLight offers flexible payment options and anywhere mobile service, so you can get it fixed here, or here, and pay later. Go to safelight.com today.
SafeLight repair, SafeLight replace.
All this backyard grill goodness, burgers, sausage for lunch, so good it makes me pumped for something.
Maybe no water slide this summer?
Why not?
You lost your trunks in front of the neighbors.
I think my trunk sort of lost me.
I'm Chad. I work for a professional football team, and I earned my degree online from SNHU. It fit with my schedule. Mondays, Tuesdays, those are packing days. I can get all my assignments done. Wednesday, we're on the practice field. Thursday, initial discussion post is due. We're going to leave on Friday. We're playing an East Coast trip. I'm going to take advantage of the time spent on the bus and even in the hotel room to finish any of my other coursework that I needed to do prior to kickoff on Sunday. SNHU and the support system, they make it possible. Go to snhu.edu.
know this grill. It's Weber. The grill of get-togethers, Saturdays and summers. You know the sound, the smoke, the taste of that first bite. Food we're talking about long after the plates are cleared. Now it's your turn to get out there, to grill that steak, those ribs, those wings, charcoal, griddle, gas, or pellet. However you fire it up, we're with you every step of the way. Weber, grilling begins here. Get Memorial Day savings now through May 27th at Weber.com or wherever Weber is sold.
This is the story of the one who knows half-baked preparation leads to downtime that could bring the whole workday to a standstill. That's why she relies on Grainger. With professional-grade products and next-day delivery, Grainger helps ensure her team, and a whole lot of donuts, make every day a little sweeter. Call at Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tajin chamoy sauce, that tangy taste explosion with a fruity kick, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to take it?
Well, plenty more racing still to come this weekend in Dover, but next week, if you'll be at Charlotte Motor Speedway, make sure to stop by the CW Sports Bar and North Carolina.
What did Casey Kane hit the wall like that?
In the fan zone, Powerball is offering the chance to win a VIP trip to NASCAR Championship Weekend and other prizes throughout the weekend. Visit the CW Sports Bar or NC Education Lottery ticket booths from May 22nd to 24th. That's Friday to Sunday next week for more information. Still under yellow here at the Monster Mile for a Blaine Perkins incident. Second Jordan Anderson car with issues today. Dip to break and come back to the restart. Ross Chastain, Taylor Gray, and Roger Carruth, the top three.
To Haggerty, it's obvious.
There's a little under a 3-minute
One of
green
these
flag
cars
run there.
Is not like the others. It's harder to operate, but easier to enjoy. You use it less, but you love it more. And if something goes wrong, it's a lot harder to replace. It's not your everyday car, so don't pay more for everyday insurance. Pay a better price for better coverage from Haggerty. Quote today at Haggerty.com.
At Ace, we know whether you grill with charcoal, gas, pellet, or griddle, we've got the perfect grill for you. Because only your local Ace has all the best brands in one place, like Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone. With free assembly and delivery of your new grill, along with all the sauces, rubs, and grilling extras, you'll have everything you need for your perfect barbecue. That sounds pretty perfect. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Running your first 5K? Hard. His first day behind the wheel? A little bumpy. Choosing a name for your first? Not easy. Progressive understands first times can be challenging. It's why we created the UP Payment Program, down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. Because first times are easier with a little help. Learn more at progressive.com/open the house.
This steak is so good, I'd invite it to my barbecue and let it eject.
Steak is good. Excuse me. Start the celebration this holiday with Blackstone fun and flavor that brings everyone together. Because all across the nation, Blackstone is the way America cooks outdoors. With an enormous variety for your whole neighborhood. Giving you the freedom to cook anything, anytime, anywhere. Only on a Blackstone, America's best-selling griddle. Celebrate this holiday with griddles and more at BlackstoneProducts.com or your nearest Blackstone retailer.
Welcome back. NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series racing live on the CW from Dover Motor Speedway in Dover, Delaware. Under caution in Stage 2 for an incident involving Blaine Perkins. He's been checked and released from the Infield Care Center. Let's check in quickly with Heather DeBoe.
Getting the choose.
In the 7.
Yeah, we've been trying to document his way, making it through the field, starting this race in 13th. But we're
going to have 23 laps to go on the stage when we go back green.
Plowing by myself. I'll unhook as soon as I get to right behind them. And if anybody's at my door, I am 20 out of 10 loose. So I
Definitely handling issues there for Allgaier, Kim. Heather, let's get a Toyota driver update. Stage 1 winner Brandon Jones now in the 9th position. The complaints minimal during Stage 1 out front, but traffic doing no good to the 20 car. Brandon saying, I knew it was going to be bad in traffic, but it's disconnected front to rear. Had no stability riding around the 7. Think it was going to be continuing to trend tight if we went green in the center. And he also said not much confidence in the lower end of the corner. And when I do have to go, it's too much, too late. So they're battling way more issues in traffic out front and clean air.
And back green.
Field back through the Echo Park restart zone.
23 to go on the stage.
Control the field once again. Better restart for the inside line.
And Chastain's been able to maintain the lead on sticker tires each time, but last time on the set of scuffs, we saw Brandon Jones able to sneak by, but way better that time. Yeah, Ross did a great job through 1 and 2, got a great exit. See Jesse Love pop up, just trying to get some clean air. It's incredible the difference, the balance in these cars.
Ross Chastain pulling away with the lead over Taylor Gray.
Last year, kind of the same thing. Being out front, it's hard to get a good read of what you're going to need back in traffic.
And those reports we got from
My man Sheldon's in 27th.
almost sounded identical in that they both were struggling mightily in the dirty air where it makes the car unpredictable. That's typical Dover in a lot of respects, and for the crew chief, almost impossible to fix because you're one thing for clean air, but it's a totally different thing when you're in traffic in this dirty air. And something that unpredictable is usually something the crew chief can fix. You just have to find somewhere else to run on the racetrack.
Taylor Gray and Raja Karuth here racing for second.
Raja having a great run. Yeah. Mentioned him having to bounce back and forth through multiple cars in the season as we ride on board here. The GovX on board with Jesse Love. Mentioned how smooth his wheel looked earlier in the race. We've seen him kind of run up the track, down the track. He's right behind this battle.
Look at that pass. It was beautiful there by Raja Karuth, able to drive by Taylor Gray. I'd say Ross Chastain might have some company here soon. The way that 88 looked, just wrapping the bottom so effectively.
Carson Quamble in another JRM car has been quietly fast, I think, today. Seems like every time we see him, he's on the move, making passes up to the 5th spot there as he disposes of Corey Day in the 17.
And Corey just cannot get the 17 car to work around the bottom. He's kind of forced now to run the top, but it's just not the fastest line when guys are on fresher tires and are able to really run the bottom and use plenty of throttle. That top only comes in as the pace starts to slow down to like a 25-second bracket. They're still running 24:30s right now.
Yeah, that's going to make it really tough today on any sort of restart or short run if you can't run the bottom, if you're so top dependent.
I've still done every single race this year in all 3 series. I haven't missed a single NASCAR race since the finale of the O'Reilly Series last year. Where I had to make that tough decision to stream Game 7 of the World Series. I mean, I made the right choice, but it was still a tough decision.
Sawalich right there as well, the 18. Has slipped back over the last couple laps since this restart.
Sheldon Creed restarted 27th up to 21st.
The struggle for the drivers here is being good on short run. Do you want to be good on the long run? You see Allgaier now going all the way to the top. He's frustrated with his car. He mentioned how tight it was in traffic, and then if anybody got on that right rear quarter panel, exactly how loose he would get. And as he tries to make the bottom work, and then you get side by side on especially the exit of turn 2 here, you get loose anyway, but if your balance is free in that position, it just magnifies so much.
So we remarked on Andrew Overstreet standing in before the start of the race. I thought that was maybe a start of the race thing. Nope, it's all right to stage 2 here. We've got him. It's hard for our team here to fault him because you think it's maybe those 2 on the left. Those are his engineers. Andrew is the man standing in the background, just watching his race car go around and trying to come up with a plan of how he can hopefully help Justin, his driver, find some speed in that car.
Great look there at the O'Reilly pit crew view of the 7 team. Watching their driver try to march forward here. Still in that 9th spot as he searches for grip around this racetrack. Raja Karuth has pulled away a little bit from Taylor Gray there in that 2nd spot, but everybody's still chasing the 9 of Ross Chastain.
And look at the line difference, though. Parker and I would agree on this. If you had to pick a car, you would take the one that's running around the bottom right now. Raja being disciplined, able to run right on the bottom of the racetrack. That's where everybody would like to run. You know, Ross would like to be down there, but just can't find the speed. But Raja right now about a 10th quicker than the 9. So Ross is going to have to move around and see if he can find a little bit of lap time.
Yeah, Raja was the quickest car on the racetrack last lap. And this is what I saw when he went by Taylor Gray. It was so calm and on the bottom, was able to rotate so well and just wraps that bottom so well as he goes directly to the top, refuting everything I've said. To test it out, of course. But I think that shows the versatility possibly that he has. That's the other way a commentator can spin that for themselves. But look, they're back to the bottom. That's the thing, though. If you are able to wrap that bottom late into a run, that is really powerful.
Carson Kvapil, Jesse Love, racing for 4th. As we watch these battles in the top 5, it's time to go full throttle with Sound Gear. Wherever sound is a problem, Sound Gear has the solution. Scan the QR code to learn more at soundgear.com. Go by in a hurry. 10 to go already in stage 2. Our thanks to Sound Gear for going full throttle. Great opportunity to watch and observe how these drivers are managing this racetrack. Rogers closed in a little bit on the 9 of Chastain. Gap still just under a half second.
He was almost 2 tenths faster than him in that last lap. So getting real close to him quickly here. This is one thing to catch him at this racetrack. It's another thing to pass, and I know that's cliche, but Jamie referenced
8 to go on the stage.
It's incredibly hard to pass here at times. You have to get positive leverage on the car ahead of you. That's so tough to do, especially if you are in the position that Raja is, where his car looks better on the bottom. When he gets beside Ross, that will put a lot of leverage in Ross's hands.
There's some lap traffic for them to navigate as well, as we get a look at Brent Cruz trying to march forward from that early wall contact, and Sammy Smith, who has rode around the 15th spot for most of the afternoon.
Yeah, Brent's going to be able to salvage a really decent day based on, you know, we almost thought he might be done. The damage we saw, not just on the right rear, you see all the tape they put on that whole other, but also the right front. There, you know, could be some suspension damage to the right front of that car, but 19's a nice job. You see him slide in there, drive all the way up the racetrack, just trying to clear Sammy Smith.
How do you feel if you're Sammy and you see that car drive by?
So deflating. So deflating.
Yeah. You're like, wait a second, that car's wrecked.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's been a quiet day for the 18. Been outside of the top 10. Here's the race for the lead, coming to 5 to go in stage 2. Chastain has led the entire distance in this second stage, but Carruth is keeping him honest.
Well, and Rogers moving around right
Will
now.
Brent Cruz be the one to replace Hamlin for 2028? Maybe.
The car in front of you is running the bottom, and you can get to their outside. Pass is pretty easy because you have the momentum down the straightaway. But
I mean, in my opinion, Brent Cruz
Ross is just running a different line every lap right now. So that Raja has to take
watch
a
out for
little
that
bit of a
guy.
guess here.
I don't say that about a lot of people. I said it about Zilish. I thinking about Brent Cruz too. Like,
Ross Chastain, he is
that guy's gonna be
best
something.
at aero blocking in all of NASCAR. I've raced against him many times where he seems almost superhuman in his ability to change his line at the last second to trick you into going to a place where he covers you in a way that you think, that was annoying. How did he do that? So he's so good at this. This is going to be a really tough pass for Raja, but he's definitely got the speed.
Well, and what a great opportunity for Raja to learn from a Cup Series race winner as well, and all of those things that you just mentioned that Ross does so well. Great chance for Raja to learn and try some things as he continues to get his feet wet. First full season in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. He is right there on Chastain as we come to 2 to go in stage 2.
Yeah, the lap traffic is going to play a big role in this. Ross is going to have the momentum on the exit. Ross actually ran low off turn 2 last time. That's what killed all of his momentum. You see Raja is going to run the top here. He's going to have a big run now because Ross is going to have to check up just a little bit for this lap car on the exit. We'll see what the 88 can have here down into turn 3.
Blake Lothian and Dawson Cram, the two cars going a lap down, create some separation between the top two, but Carruth closes back in again. Final lap in stage 2.
Final lap of stage here.
Being able to clear both of those lap cars. I thought that was going to play into Raj's hand, but Ross is able to pass one on the top and one on the bottom and actually built a little bit of a gap.
some of that Cup experience right there of having to deal with traffic so effectively and so quickly, allowing him to get away from Raja.
And coming around, Ross Chastain is going to win Stage 2 at Dover, Delaware.
11th stage win in his O'Reilly Auto Parts Series career and second year at the Monster Mile. Raja Carruth, Taylor Gray, Jesse Love, Sam Mayer, Carson Quapple, Corey Day, Justin Allgaier, William Soler, and Ryan Seed all scoring stage points in Stage 2.
That was a little under a 10-minute green flag run. 9 minute 42 seconds. I'm going to go outside and smoke. I'll be back for the start of the final stage.
This isn't just a motorcycle. It's an engineering miracle. A time machine.
It's a good friend. It's all your friends.
Come on.
It's your inner child. And it's all the stars in the sky.
It's a highway to your final form.
And as America's #1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive protects whatever it means to you.
Wait, are you talking to me? Sorry, I can't hear anything with this thing on. This isn't just... No. Oh, that's you, sorry.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt, is perfect for adding flavor your way. What's your way to Tahini?
When we started Allegiance, we were shocked to learn how many American flags are actually made overseas.
If there's one thing that deserves to be made here in America, it should start with the American flag. At Allegiance, we do it differently. Flags 100% made in America, by Americans, with American materials. Join our pledge to make the American flag truly American.
Visit showallegiance.com to get your high-quality American flag today. That's showallegiance.com.
The Backyard Grill at Golden Corral. Summer is coming, baby.
Hope this summer turns out better than last.
What do you mean?
You lost at cornhole and cried in front of everyone.
Thought we agreed we wouldn't talk about that, especially because we're on national TV.
Oops.
NASCAR Powerball. The chase to 1 million is on.
Finalists, are you ready?
Don't miss your chance to collect cash prizes on your way to an all-new destination where you could take home $1 million.
The winner is contestant number 2.
I can't believe it.
The official lottery game of NASCAR is back for the chase. Powerball. The chase to 1 million starts now.
We believe in bringing joy, bringing fun every single day.
This is Banana Bowl, baby, let's go!
Tonight, watch as the Savannah Bananas take on the Coconuts live from Savannah, Georgia. The Savannah Bananas versus the Coconuts, live tonight at 6:30, 3:30 Pacific.
For all the visitors at the door.
Hey, what you doing?
Jumping in to save the day. A baby on the move and a guy who just can't stay. An accident when you're gone. A project that's been neglected. The package that's going to sit all day. If it matters, it's protected. A siren when you need it, or things completely unscripted. Your footage is always yours, because every moment's encrypted. The fire that's getting closer. A break-in prevented. Whatever it is, when you have Ring, you can be sure that it's protected. Protect your home today at Ring.com.
Freedom, that's a cheap thing. Sacrificing facial hair, exfoliating, treating gravity like a suggestion, sweating your tail off, freezing your tail off, saving another American's tail, all cheap things. Making a Jeep vehicle for only people like him, not a cheap thing. Hurry into the Memorial Day sales event to get a great deal on a Jeep brand vehicle.
Well-qualified current FCA lessees can lease the 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4 for $439 a month, or finance and get $5,500 total bonus cash allowance. See your Syracuse area Jeep Brand dealer.
Haven't you ever made a mistake you wanted to forget about?
Would have thought you'd mentioned being married before.
Find out why he's really here. I don't want you not to leave.
The fastest growing network in all of television is News Nation. News Nation respects all Americans and is news for all Americans. Find News Nation on your screen. Go to newsnationnow.com. As we head into the final stage, it's the perfect time to slow things down with Arby's new slow smoked barbecue. While it's all about speed on the track, Arby's is doing barbecue the opposite way. Smoked low, slow, and worth the wait. The Arby's barbecue sandwich comes loaded with pulled pork or chopped brisket, paired with your choice of sweet or spicy barbecue. Scan the QR code to order now in the Arby's app.
I think they should just put the whole menu in the car.
I tell you what,
They've got everything they're
should.
trying to.
The timing of these reads is not good for me. I'm hungry.
I'm interested in that barbecue mac and cheese bowl that was on the right side of the seat.
I think he looks at those sometimes. He goes, "I'm hungry."
That looks. No, there it is, right there. Quarter-pound barbecue mac bowl.
Wow, you are hungry.
Wow. Here's a look at stage point scorers. Taylor Gray and Raja Caruth leading the rest of the field. Sam Mayer having a good day. And Brandon Jones, we talked about him, won stage 1. Lost all that track position on pit road, finished 11th in stage 2, so he did not score points in the second stage.
But a really, really big day for Raja Caruth there with those stage points in this 88 car. He's been the 32 for the last couple of races, fell out of the chase last week. Right as we run currently, he'd be back in the chase. Huge for him to make the most speed in this 88.
And he's in the 88 next week at Charlotte as well, so you're right, Parker. 2 good opportunities for him to capitalize on the speed in that race car. Progressive pit road is open, and here they all come. We start with Kim Kuhn.
And leader Ross Chastain having the same complaint as stage 1, said, lost my turn, back to being the same tight as earlier. You see him at the top of the screen. Crew chief Philip Bell saying they'll take another swing at it. And Heather, this was the same condition they were battling in practice yesterday. 3 different times they tried to free him up yesterday, tried to take a big swing out today, and he is still battling that. You saw the chassis adjustment. And Taylor Gray battling off snug and on the splitter. He said it built tight on
it was raining out there.
But he also said he can't be any freer in the rear. He's at his limit there. So a slight adjustment for the 54. Also in Raja Caruth, his crew chief reminded him, get into the box better than the last pit stop. He said, as far as feedback for the car, pretty good. Snug late, so wants to be free up at the end of the run.
Progressive race off pit road. Good stop from the 2 boys. Jesse Love, +3. And that gets him the race lead. Ross Chastain lost 2. And here it is. Jesse Love, the new control car and race leader at Dover.
I've doubted myself more times than I can count. Heard every opinion. Read every headline. But when you're surrounded by the right people, you learn it's about more than just racing. It's about why you're racing, who you're racing for. And when you realize that, you take control of your story.
Half protection is not enough. Using just an antivirus online is also not enough. Get better protection from online threats. Get NordVPN now.
This steak is so good, I'd invite it to my barbecue and let it DJ.
It is good. Excuse me. For 250 years, America has depended on the courage of those
about to get green for the final stage of the race
and helped us become the nation we are today. At Wounded Warrior Project, we honor the past by building a better future for post-9/11 veterans, service members, and their families. They've given us their best. Join us in supporting them through the next 250 years of strength and resilience. Visit woundedwarriorproject.org/USA250.
What causes a curve down? Is it Peyronie's disease? There's somebody I can talk to or help?
I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that.
You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease?
There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PD. A urology specialist who treats PD can help you create a plan, including non-surgical options. Find somebody today at GoGetSomebody.com.
At Allegiance, we do it differently. Flags 100% made in America by Americans with American materials.
We're proud to create jobs right here in South Carolina. It might not be the easiest way, but it's the right way.
We make American flags the way they should be made, where they should be made.
Join our pledge to keep the American flag truly American.
Visit showallegiance.com to get your high-quality American flag today. That's showallegiance.com.
How can I help? I'm here to tell us, switch to Gusto for payroll, benefits, and even 401k. It's always such a headache, man. With Gusto, it's effortless, like looking cool in this jacket. Okay.
Positioning for today's race is brought to you by Cerakote. The top detailers in the world trust Cerakote. Carl Lemet's hanging out with you in the CW garage. Now at Dover, it's not really where you start, it's where you finish. Only one of the last 19 Dover races were won by the driver on the pole, but don't count Ross Chastain out just yet. That might not be the worst omen, because get this, stage 2 winners went on to win 6 of the last 12 Dover races. So we'll see if the 9 and Ross Chastain can continue their dominance today, Dylan.
Ross has been trying for a long time to get a win for Junior Motorsports. Jesse Love is going to bring us back to the green. This Better Hearing Month, Starkey can help you hear your best. Scan the QR code to take a short free online hearing test at starkey.com. Now let's listen in to the 2 team and some Starkey radio communication.
We've got to be the best safe crew in the series for sure. Great job. Good job, guys. You call, putting them on the dash right there, boys. Heck of a job.
There is nobody like Danny Stockton. Hey, want to give credit to the 20 team. We talked about that bad stop in stage 1. They responded with the fastest stop of the day to get their driver back into the top 10 to start this final stage. So the 20 team does there on pit road, and the 2 team doing their job as well to get their driver the lead.
Big restart here for Jesse Love. First time up on the front row there. On the outside, we've seen Ross struggle to get the launch, so we'll see how Jesse rises to the occasion.
Final stage.
And here we go.
Dover, 101 laps to go.
101 laps to go here at Dover Motor Speedway in Dover, Delaware. Green flag's back in the air for the final stage.
We go back to green.
I think Jesse did a nice job right there, almost getting a little push from Chastain, who's behind him. We've seen the 88, though, be so good on the bottom. It's just all about how loose do they get down into turn 3. Raja, after really discipline himself, getting down into this corner. There it goes.
Oh, trouble! Rajah Caruth and Jesse Love. Caution's out. That did not need to be a caution.
It's happened on every restart. Josh, you just got.
Wow, they wrecked from the lead. That's crazy.
Knowing that car's on your outside, Jesse Love, I'm sure, is furious. Gave him a little bit of room.
Well, that's the halfway mark there.
Obviously.
So Ross Chastain leads at halfway.
What happened there, and I think we've seen it, as you mentioned, every restart you're on lower air pressure.
And Jesse Love got some damage.
There's so much leverage to take the air off the right side of your race car. Already that car on the inside is compromised in the.
That was about a 24-second green flag run.
Bumps down there, and we've seen that every time the inside car get loose. For Raja, it got very loose. Both these drivers knowing this is an important restart. As we look back, he had positive momentum by side drafting him as he gets down the corner. Jesse was giving him space.
Caruth is not an idiot. Be nice. We love Raja. You know what, Camden? That's mean. You're getting a minute. You're getting a minute timeout because that was mean.
Damage right here. I mean, other than sliding those tires, but the 2 of Jesse Love.
That was mean, Camden. We love Raja here. This is a pro Raja stream.
Knowing that he was most likely going to get loose, you can see Marty Lindley trying to pull some hair out right there. Frustrated.
Under yellow once again here at Dover. The 2 leaders racing hard come together in turn 3.
Jesse, remember Danny?
Hey. Hey. Nice fit, bro. Thanks.
Here we go. How are you doing that?
Four parks. One vacation that changes everything. Universal Orlando Resort.
All this backyard grill goodness, burgers, sausage for lunch, so good it makes me pumped for something.
Maybe
not Gabby, you talk now.
This summer?
Why not?
You lost your trunks in front of the neighbors.
I think my
I'm over it now. I would like to apologize for my actions. I am deeply remorseful for my lack of empathy. With that being said, I will refrain from calling Sir Raja an idiot, and will instead call him stupid. I don't like that one either. I'd say what he did was stupid.
Yep, they can fix my glass while we fish for bass. If you want, they can recalibrate my safety.
It's okay. We love stupid. There's a reason we all love Patrick Star. I mean,
Get it fixed any way you want at SafeLight.com.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Hi, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Just a regular guy who will answer your calls and actually help you with your self-service. We at Consumer Cellular felt left out of the big dirt road ad party, so here we are. I can't act, so I'll have to be straight with you. We have some things in common with Big Wireless. Access to one of America's largest 5G networks and all the latest devices. But we're ranked #1 in customer
Patrick Star
satisfaction.
equals Rajat Caruth.
Just $35.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Looks like
But you're saying he's stupid, and I'm just saying stupid's not necessarily a bad thing. We love stupid.
I've been thinking, having heart disease and diabetes, it's very scary, right? Because that increases our chances of having a heart attack. And even though we're getting more leafy greens and exercise, our LDL-C, bad cholesterol, is still way too high. We need to ask our doctor about Repatha. Go ahead.
Can we talk about Repatha?
Repatha plus a statin dramatically lowers LDL-C by 63% and drops the risk of having a heart attack by 27%. Do not take Repatha if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Common side effects include runny nose, sore throat, common cold symptoms, flu or flu-like symptoms, back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site.
So, I have your latest blood work here, and we did it. Your LDL-C came way down.
Listen to your heart. Ask your doctor about Repatha.
NASCAR on the CW is brought to you by Golden Corral. Golden Corral honors our nation's heroes. Progressive Insurance. Get in the savings lane today. Visit progressive.com. And by Toyota. Let's go places. Drama at the front of the field with 97 to go. The race leaders get together, and here's what the two team thought about that contact.
She's pretty tough. Got Rajat up. Just figured out how to fix it. We'll see this off later. Yeah.
Not the first time these two have had issues this year, you remember. Let's get the other side of the coin and the thoughts from Rajat Caruth and his team.
Didn't think you'd sit on my door like that. Done it for 4 years.
All right, getting ready to go back green.
Sitting on my door. Obviously, I dove in too hard, but I just didn't think you'd be sitting on me like that.
Chester.
Yeah, it wasn't much space at all for me. When you guys landed, so no space really?
Yeah, I think the two gave him enough room. You can't. Yeah, Raja just overdrove the corner and slid up, and when he got so high, he got loose underneath him. Like you can't place blame on the two car in that situation.
Yeah, you mentioned these two have a bit of history. This is the second time we've seen them have a run-in. This was Martinsville earlier this year. They had multiple run-ins this race. There's one running to the other. Now the 88 running into the
Forgot about that. Raja was kind of dumb there.
The 88's going to go for a bit of a ride.
Oh, wait, no, I said it.
The race, they end up talking to each other afterwards, which I
No, I'm an idiot.
They said it was squash, but why do you push so hard? This
wow.
early in the race? Well, less than 100 laps to go. Short race, getting control is so important. You saw that from those two drivers there into 3.
Back green.
Back to green. Field through the Echo Park restart zone. It's Ross Chastain and William Sawalich now at the front of the field.
Ross has done a great job on the outside. You gotta know
Time to mute Sam, yeah. I'll mute myself for 2 laps.
Big run down the backstretch. Sawalich is able to.
I'll mute myself for 2 laps. It's a suspension. I was trying to say William Sawalich took the lead. Yeah, I suspended myself, man. I take accountability.
Not firing off the way he was earlier in this race. Don't know if it's just lack of adjustments or what, but definitely looks more vulnerable than we saw earlier when he was able to get to the lead and sort of get away.
And William getting to the lead. We've seen how important that is. You mentioned why Raja was racing.
Go William
so
sandwich.
hard. I mean, he's over a tenth of a second quicker than those guys behind him. Just ran the fastest lap of the race for William.
And these are the first laps that he's led here at Dover. Race here for fourth, Corey Day and Sam Mayer.
Day has fought that car all day long. Every time we look up, it looks like it's out of control. He's been having to run a little higher than most. Still in great position, though.
Yeah, this is about as far forward, I think, as he's been since the start of the day.
The left side of that car you'd think might be beat up. He had a car on the inside of him almost 90% of this race.
See the 7 car of all guy right behind him. His highest running position all day long as well. Corey Day on the straightaway almost late, got into the wall. You see him fighting to get back to the bottom.
All guys are
Oh, trouble Raja again with Harrison Burton. Oh my God.
Harrison Burton.
Your brake, hold your brake.
This isn't a good stream for the pro Raja people.
Oh, and Harrison gets
Like
to
me.
the inside wall.
I think the 88 has any damage again.
Might have gotten away with it. Got to get refired here. I think this started with
Flat right side for sure. A little bit of right side noise on that back. Get the button here if you can.
Marty Lindley, the crew chief, and tough break for Harrison Burton, who qualified well, was having a good day. See Sammy Smith as well. He may have gotten a piece of it in the 8.
It was about a 2.5 minute green flag run there.
The instigator.
causing us to be 3 wide. They went off into 3.
Everybody able to drive away from the scene. There's Harrison Burton.
He gets loose. See, Raja gets to his
So if they
inside,
pit here,
and then
they'll be good to
behind,
go to the
Sammy
end.
Smith trying to capitalize on that run and just got Raja up out of the groove a little bit, and he was just trying to catch it the rest of the way around the corner, and poor Harrison Burton was just innocent victim in all.
Okay, now you're suspended again.
I know it looks
Now you're
similar to
suspended
what
again.
Happened to Raja with Jesse Love, but in this case there with the 8 getting there so late, Raja couldn't turn down, so then he's in a compromised position.
I wish when I deleted somebody's comment, or no, I wish when I put somebody in timeout, I wish you didn't delete all their comments. That's annoying.
This will be a great perspective as we ride on board with Sammy
I don't
Smith.
like that, but
See Harris have to check up, that lets the 88 check up.
then that person shouldn't say dumbass things. How about that?
Wide, but it just put the 88 in such a bad angle, bad position.
It's free speech. You're going against the constitutional rights of everybody.
Just along for the ride.
And what gave the 8 the run, as you saw, the 24 had to check up.
You know what, Jaden? You're gone too. He said it's freedom of speech, not free of speech. You're gone too.
A monster run that he went to the inside.
Things happening so fast here at Dover. Anthony Alfredo will be the free pass car. Under this yellow, Raja Cruz and Harrison Burton getting together.
Y'all got me in goblin mode now.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? There's an O'Reilly Auto Parts. Turn left, Tyler. Take the guesswork.
Kyle, stop, please. We all worked too hard for this.
It's free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you don't want to do the repair yourself,
Bring it to pit road and park it for 2 laps.
Okay, Tyler, let's go fix your car.
Auto parts.
Yeah.
Formula One can overwhelm you. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the low.
See, Jaden, if you had said that yesterday, you would have gotten you would have been free from a
Adult.
suspension.
Proven full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
You would have been free from a suspension because it was your birthday yesterday. But
Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25.
What?
Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar. Breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Summer styles this good make my family look like we have everything under control. We don't.
Kohl's outfits make it all look easy.
Happy birthday,
Fun
Jaden. We
styles
love you
with
because you're an
any
idiot
look.
like Rock.
Plus, save across the store at Kohl's and Kohl's.com.
Yeah, no, you're gone. You're gone for another minute.
Tahini, the irresistible blend of mild chilies, lime, and sea salt. Is perfect for adding flavor your way.
Okay, Jaden, you're
What's
right.
your way to
I'll mute myself for a minute now. You're right.
What do we do?
You're right. I take accountability. If I misspoke a word.
Need to patch
There
up
we
the
go.
damage on that two from contact with this car, Raja Karuth, who is.
You could put the lead changes in all that open space. You'd rather me and my camera be gone, Jaden?
By Golden Corral has been a troublesome last 10 to 15 laps or so for Raja.
Did a great job at stage 2. Was really competitive, but then got this restart on the front row, got loose underneath Jesse Love, and then this, trying to come back to the field. Just awkward position.
You missed me getting suspended.
Awkward aero position underneath Harrison Burton and just loses the race car into 3. Different circumstances for sure between the two, although they looked similar. Pretty similar results in the end.
And while we're talking about Raja, let's take a look at his Race Fit Health Report brought to you by Bread Street.
20 consecutive.
I tell you what,
That's
kudos
impressive.
to him.
That's impressive.
No one in this booth can do that.
Nope. Not even a little bit.
I got to figure out what pistol squats are as well.
They're not fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was some discussion during the break about pit stops and teams right on the edge of the fuel window, we think, and the only leader that pitted was Justin Allgaier. So let's check in with Heather for more on what the 17's game plan is here.
Lap 117 right now.
And their discussion was that they
Got
may
84 to
see
go right now.
everyone pit because it's so hard to pass. But listen to this communication brought to you by Starkey on why they also pitted there.
It's not even a vibration, it's just a change in balance, and I'm getting a brake pedal kickback whenever I get to the corner. Right now, I think we got to come down and put gas in it. And make sure everything's tight. Copy.
Well, most likely that's a brake issue. The rotor's pushing the pads back is where you get that little bit of vibration and a long pedal. But they came down just to make sure all the wheels are tight. They'll go around and look at it, get it full of gas. If it goes green,
All right,
you
back
might be in a
green.
great position.
Andrew sat down now, ready to watch his driver go to work here. We go back to green with 83 to go. Sawalich and Chastain the front row, and Ross getting swarmed right away here for the second spot.
Shoden Creed? What?
Trying to go 3 wide. The inside of Sam Merritt didn't quite work out as he falls back behind Carson Quaffle, but really aggressive move.
Look at Taylor Gray on the inside.
Yeah, Shoden
Ross,
Creed.
he's loose again. Ross has struggled on the restarts. He lost the lead to Swatch last time. He's barely hanging on right there. Taylor Gray back to his inside. They're 1 to 2.
Ross just watched the 88 and 2 get together in this exact same scenario. I think it's got him alert of what
Who's
the
up my
54
pick for the
is
All-Star race?
on his door.
And he's given Taylor plenty of room. Taylor didn't drop
Probably
there
Dunny.
quite as deep this time.
Oh! Oh, around goes Taylor Gray!
Into the inside wall.
Damn.
Caution for the 7th time.
Taylor Gray goes around,
You gotta wonder for.
and the caution comes out.
What was that? He filled it full of
Ross
fuel.
Chastain's Taylor Gray.
You might get to have all that track position back.
To be honest, I did not expect the 54 to get the worst into that deal. The way it looked coming off the corner there.
He wrecked himself trying to stay off of Ross, and
That was a 56-second green flag run.
Banking falls out on the exit of the corner. It's so narrow as well off of turn 4. It's almost like once you start having that contact, you just get glued together as we see.
You got this, Creed. I agree.
Going down
Let's go,
into turn
Sheldon.
3. Get that to play.
That'll be it for Taylor Gray today.
A little slow. Get back to the throttle. Taylor gets back.
Is there even going to be a qualifying race for the All-Star race? No, it was the pit crew challenge thing, right?
I think it was really the contact from Sam Mayer.
And then it's like everybody's in it
I think they all would have
for the race, and then like after stage 2, they cut it to like 26 drivers.
That's ultimately what sent the 54 around.
And like everybody who like has won in the last year is locked into that.
Wasn't even contacting, he was packing that air in the left rear right there, and then eventually touches, and Ross does an incredible job.
And also like former All-Star race winners.
Wow. 54 had no chance once, as you mentioned, Sam Mayer got in the back of him.
The 9 did get some right rear damage there. You see this wall contact. It doesn't really look like the 54 and 9 touch, just as you said. Enough air packed on the left rear to send the 9 into the wall.
I can't believe Ross saved that.
That was amazing. A great save.
And that is what drivers love about this car. You can affect the car ahead of you with utilizing air, which makes it able to pass. But the downside of that is at times it can cause an issue that you weren't intending to cause just by being too close to them.
Kim, you have an update on the 9?
Yeah, enough damage on the 9 to send some additional crew members over the wall with Bear Bond. Go back.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Right? Yeah. You see that crew member back there fixing that damage. So.
But then it's like I think regardless of where they finish, the All-Star guys who are locked in, right? I'm pretty sure.
Now you see the Bear Bond, that deck lid.
I don't fucking know, dude. This shit's.
shit's.
I'll figure it out by tomorrow.
They've got the heavy artillery over there on the 54. The power tools coming out to try to cut away that right front.
I think I'd let that guy have the hammer. I think I'd take the hammer away from him.
Hey, the beneficiary of this yellow is going to be Roger.
Why do they have to change it? Because they change it every year to make it more and more confusing.
Pit road is open here.
It's like they literally don't listen. They just make it more and more confusing.
And everybody going to hit pit road here for what will be their expected final stops of the day. We head to Progressive Pit Road and Kim.
Yeah, as this does make a long run on tires. You see Carson Quapple there, top of your screen, that chassis adjustment. Super free entering the corner, he said, but tight on exit. William Sawalich also in. He had some troubles firing off earlier in the race, but otherwise, most recently, he said fire off is great. Heather? And Sam Mayer's comments after that incident was, it all happened so fast, I wasn't quite sure how that went down, but he said he's still happy with the balance of that race car. They're going to do 4 Goodyear tires at Sunoco Fuel here for Sam Mayer.
Progressive race off pit road. The 18 going to win that easily. Brendan Poole and Anthony Alfredo, Star Poli as well, trying some different things here.
Oh, we got one loose.
Somebody's going to get a penalty.
Uh-oh.
What about this guy?
Yeah. If you're Andrew Overstreet, you got to feel pretty good.
He's looking up down. He's like, I know what I'm doing.
All guy are going to be in a great spot here when we go back to green. Under yellow for this incident with Ross Chastain and Taylor Gray.
Pressure. Green Bay Transpondation. We are faced with 2 aggressive storms.
Call Eisenhower.
We have a small window, but the timing must be perfect.
Send my men into the storm. They'll never see it coming. We will accept nothing less than full victory. Pressure.
I'm trying to read the goddamn format. I think it's so confusing. It's like the first one I even don't understand. Maybe Jaden can help break it down for me.
High-performance running shoes designed to cut through the wind with unbelievable speed. Plus, they're lightweight and feature Goodyear rubber. Go fast in Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst.
Sheldon is in 20th.
The Credit One Bank.
There's a lot of guys who didn't pit though.
I'm on Mars. It's freezing. I'm going to go back to the module.
But leading your team to the championship? Unlikely.
Okay, that's my personal space.
Landing a checkpoint against a supercomputer.
I won?
You can try.
I won.
The award goes to Greg.
Some things are out of reach.
No one's going to believe this. I got this.
But a card with access to exceptional benefits isn't one of them. Welcome to the Credit One Bank American Express Suite. Credit One Bank for what's ahead.
Just started paying myself. Nice. Hi, I'm you, with more gusto.
My hair's growing back. Team's taking a new flow. It's just me. Correction. Team of 7. We're growing, Mikey. Get payroll that grows with you.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, right. I mean, I guess it'd be easier to explain it under the old way. Where it was like... It was easy to explain at least who got in. Like, the winners of the last year and a half, former champions, former All-Star race winners. And then the Open winner, and then the fan vote winner. It's easy.
Banana Ball is live tonight on the CW following our coverage. You don't want to miss it. Watch as the Savannah Bananas take on the Loca Beach Coconuts in the wildest, most jaw-dropping sports entertainment spectacle to ever hit your screen. It's all happening live tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the CW.
And this restart is about to be bananas, most likely, with the lineup we have here. Austin Green on the outside. The yellow car is your leader, Andrew Patterson. In the 32 on the bottom.
I don't like Allgaier's position because Green has fairly old tires on. I don't know what that
back Green. Green flag's back in the air.
Yeah, Patterson pitted 10 laps ago. So he's got a little better tires than the 87 Green does. They both fire off okay.
Great job on the outside. Got rolling. Austin Green did.
Look at Corey Day there. 3 wider on the outside.
Green is clear of Patterson.
It's a great perspective. Look at Allgaier get to the outside right there.
NASCAR fan has really forgotten that their fan base gets enjoyment from watching cars go in circles. They also forget that like most of their fans only have like 2 teeth and didn't graduate school. You know, and have been in like the fucking sawmill for however long. Their own farms, or you know, just don't know how to read.
Those guys can't make that position up. Allgaier's going to build up a 1 or 2 second lead by the time they can get to some clean air.
Both of the same Hunt cars there in that outside lane, Harrison Burton and Dean Thompson. Sawalich trying to carve his way through the slower traffic as Guapo looks inside 3 wide there for a moment on Jones. And Andrew Patterson, who's dropping back on those older tires.
Caution.
Run on the outside. Now going to get, got another spinner. Garrett Smithley's around.
Garrett Smithley brings out the caution.
For the 8th time today. Garrett making his 300th.
That was about a minute and 10-second green flag run there.
Doesn't look like too much damage.
This is not what Allgaier wanted. He had a little bit of a gap, had the track position. Now he's going to be vulnerable.
Contact with the rear square. I'll look at it when I get back through here.
Garrett was 24th at the time of this yellow.
But I think for Justin Allgaier and Harrison Burton, if there's any fuel concerns, another caution most likely here.
Hurt you on one aspect of the track, like the other guys being able to catch back up, but we're standing up again.
Now we know how intense it is.
We might be closer on fuel than we're thinking right now.
But I do believe this caution should help them in that regard. And, you know, considering how well that restart went, yes, it puts Sawalich and Day a little bit closer, who maybe have been a little faster today, but I think I'd take the front row.
But we've seen so many guys that lead this race and then fall back to 5th, 6th, 7th, and their car drive's terrible.
Yep.
We don't really know what Justin has. I'd love to hear what he thought about those last couple of laps, having clean air, how different the balance was to the 7 car out front.
Sawalich has done a nice job, too, on the restarts all day today. Has been smart but aggressive, and did so again there to take advantage of those fresh tires, got through some of those cars on older tires, and now has put himself in a great spot to contend with Allgaier at the front of the field. It's still going to be mixed up at the front of the field with those older tires. Here's a look at Garrett Smithley, already spun around there at the top of the screen.
Yeah, hard to tell exactly how he ended up in that position.
Hopefully that was not SS Greenlight on SS Greenlight there with the 0 and the 07. He was the other car there in the mix. All right, Heather, we've seen Andrew Overstreet standing and sitting, and he's back on his feet again. How's he feeling down there?
Yeah, we're going to check in with Andrew right now. The booth wants to know, they've seen you standing, kind of pacing around. How are your nerves right now?
It's pretty good. When you got Justin Allgaier up there, feel pretty good anytime you're up front. So we had to do something different to try to get some track position, and we're in a good spot fuel-wise. So just see if we can hold it off the rest of the way.
Now, you told me you have bullet points on the whiteboard in your office. What's the one for this weekend that you said?
Well, we knew that this is getting ready for some really good Justin Allgaier tracks. So I told him these are Gator tracks, and it's speeding time.
Good luck.
Thank you.
He really leans into the whole Gator. He does, Andrew. It's good to see.
This is a good stretch for the 17. Go to Charlotte next week, Nashville, another concrete track.
Where's the bad stretch for the 17?
That's, I mean, I think that's it's a fair point, right?
He's so good at every racetrack. He's been around so long. I just feel like maybe the road course, but he's won on road courses as well. Like, this guy's good everywhere, man.
Austin Green shuffled back to fourth on that restart, but doing a nice job hanging at the front of the field right now, Kim.
The 75 lap segment features the whole field. The second 75 lap segment inverts the top 26 finishers from the segment 1, while the drivers 27th and back stay where they are. The final 200 lap segment features 17 locked-in drivers, 8 more advancing based on best average finish across the two segments, and one final spot decided by the fan vote. Wow. Actually, no, the way you worded it made sense to me, actually. That makes sense to me, Jade. The way they worded it on the website did not make sense.
And you heard Trey Poole, the spotter there, trying to reassure him that the plan is going to be stay out. And then when we get a later caution come in, Crew Chief Jody Nismer saying, again, I think with the number of cautions we've already had during this stage, we're going to see plenty more before the end of this race.
Yeah, and with many yellows, maybe it minimizes the positions lost, and you can just go for a net gain, which he was running 25th to 30th in that range, so if you pull it off and you gain 5-10 spots, it's a good day.
Now here's the real risk. Most likely can't make it on fuel right here. So they are dependent on that caution coming out just to get to the end of this race. But if you run in 25th to 30th, take the risk, see if you can make something happen. You historically do this at high wear tracks. This wouldn't be one of those where I feel like you're just...
But even if like one of the 17 locked-in drivers finishes, bad
based on
in the first two stages, they're still locked in.
First portion of this race, we've only went 28 laps green, so they have pretty good odds.
Yeah,
getting a couple more
good for them.
Yeah.
The Monster's angry today. Reached out and grabbed a few of these guys. 8 cautions for 48 laps this afternoon. We'll come back to green with 68 to go.
Really impressed with Harrison Burton. He got in that spin earlier, hit the inside wall. I'm scared that might really damage the nose, but salvaging a great day right here for Sam Hunt Racing.
All right,
Thompson 6th
back
the
green.
SHR car as well. So
68 laps to go.
Much needed good day. Back to green.
Dude, Justin's been so good on the outside right there. You see both he and William Sawalich going to be able to clear Harrison Burton. Corey Day getting right there to the quarter panel.
That got so close right there. Harrison was coming up the track, and Corey was trying to fill that gap.
But we're going to find out now what the 7 car has. He's been kind of back in traffic. Andrew has got him out front now. He's got one of the fastest cars all day long of Sawalich right behind him.
3 wide here as Austin Green tries to find a clear lane to run in. And Brent Cruz with that damaged right rear quarter panel is on the charge. He's up to 8.
Bottom of 2. That's incredible as well. The damage that Brent Cruz had earlier in this race, that right rear quarter panel. We talk about how much aero matters around here, how much you need side force. He has a compromised right rear quarter panel and is driving through the field as Austin Green is falling backwards on those older tires.
Race for third.
Yeah, getting by Harrison Burton right here. Dave's like, I finally got somebody on the inside. From the top the whole day long. Made good adjustments to the 17. That's right.
Harrison going to try the middle to high lane there, that diamond line that we've seen. He's got about 10 laps older tires than the rest of these front runners do. They're doing a nice job to hang inside the top 5. Austin Green, their plan has started to fall apart here. He's back to 16th in that 87.
Let's do the breathalyzer test.
Carson Kvapil and Brent Cruz racing for 8th.
Carson able to run that low line. Mentioned Brent Cruz having that damage. Look at this chaos. You see these guys 3 wide. Brent Cruz already has that damage on the record. He doesn't mind about using it up a little bit more here. But with Austin Green being on the outside, they know he's weak right now because he's on the older tires, hasn't had the speed all day. Guys just will not be patient with that, knowing that they've stayed out on
0.051. So I'm legally impaired.
See that dip at the beginning of the day? Early contact with the outside wall in turn 2, but it has been...
But not like DUI yet.
That's a great recovery for Brent Cruz and that team. Got that damage, really no fault of his own. It was Ryan Sieg getting loose underneath him earlier in the race, and then just has methodically worked his way forward.
Harrison Burton running 4th, Sam Mayer in 5th. We talked about the need for a good run for the 24. Sam Mayer, another team, just looking for some consistency. Been an up and down season for them, a lot of bad luck, a lot of speed. And this is the kind of performance that we've come to expect from Mayer. Nice to see them putting a good day together.
Watch how disciplined the 17 is on entry right on the bottom. You'll see the 24 be able to drive in quite a bit deeper than him. Saw it more in turn 3, but Corey really backing up the entry. See, keeping that left front as low as he can. It almost looks like
61 laps to go here. Justin Allgaier in the lead.
They both have found a
Creed needs to move up, I agree.
Corey being in front, I thought he was going to be able to drive away. You see fire come out of the pipes where he had to check up right there.
But how you doing, Nan Martin?
Lucas Oil helicopter. This race 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
17 fired.
Justin Allgaier, I think, can actually make it to the end.
Looks like he's struggling now to keep the speed up. They've got that car.
His car might just be more eaten up by the end.
Earlier in the race.
Shoden.
About 3 seconds behind the leader, Justin Allgaier. Just, for whatever reason,
we get it, Jaden.
Sluggish compared to what we've seen. Eventually, maybe just hoping for the top side to come in, where he's been so successful for a lot of this race, but definitely holding up the 41 of Sam Mayer right here. You can see that when you get a train of cars behind you, that is the indication you are the roadblock at this time.
Yeah, the top 2 have driven away from this group of 3 or 4 cars, all racing for 3rd. It's time to go full throttle with Sound Gear. Wherever sound is a problem, Sound Gear has the solution. Scan the QR code to learn more at soundgear.com. Mayer and Corey Day racing hard for that 3rd spot. It's been dicey over there when you're side by side through 3.
Yeah, Allgaier has about a 2nd lead over William Sawalich, and then it's about 4 seconds back to 3rd.
Corey Day. How's the speed he had in the dirty air there? Now a lot cleaner air in front of the 41 of Sam Mayer. Look at clean track.
Let's go Sheldon Creed. There you go.
Sawalich and Allgaier 4 seconds behind Justin Allgaier at this time, so lost a lot of time behind Corey Day.
Well, and speaking of Sawalich, who's in 2nd right now, I've been watching lap times. He's got a really fast car. He's about a 2nd behind Justin Allgaier, but kind of matching times. I think the 18 is one of those. He gets some clean air. He's going to be the car to beat today.
Yeah, but who was the fastest race car on the track that lap?
Mayer the last time by, yeah.
2/10.
Finally got some clean air, yeah. The 41, super quick right there.
Great day going for Sawalich, who, when we talk about the chase standings, he came in here 13th. He was 17 below the line. This has been a really solid day for them, points-wise, and just trying to finish the deal here with a nice run.
Well, Parker just mentioned it, and I felt like the 18 might be the best car, but Sam Mayer, again, 2/10 quicker, but he's got
Good job for Dean Thompson, running in 8th right now.
3.5 seconds behind.
Good day for them.
2.5 seconds behind the 18 right there of William Sawalich, but continuing to run really impressive lap times. 2/10 at Dover is a ton.
It was 2/10 again.
Yeah.
That last lap.
He's fallen 9th, but still good.
Just in a few laps.
Battling for 8th and 9th.
Towards the 7. Now he will have the 18 to deal with before he gets to the 7, which could be an impediment, but absolutely flying for Sam Mayer in that 41 car.
Well, look at the gap that he's built on Corey Day. Finally, it looks normal here.
Sam Mayer's cutting into that lead.
Similar lap time to what the leaders have been running, and they've been having to deal with a little bit of lap traffic as we watch them. You see, going by Taylor Gray again right here. This was really close.
So Taylor Gray did not end up being done for the day,
but barely
it's very far back.
Through there.
Little side drag.
He's in 30th, 4 laps down.
That's the biggest fear there is just cutting down that left rear tire.
Carson Kvapil and Harrison Burton racing for 6th.
Primetime racing at Charlotte next week. Damn right. Excited for it.
And Dean Thompson,
my favorite race of the year.
Both SHR cars in the top 10. Little moment there for the 24 off turn 2. Kvapil has to fall back in line.
Harrison's still doing a great job holding on, even though, as you mentioned, a little bit different tires right here, maybe a little bit of damage from a wreck earlier, but still awesome job holding on right here. Got a good car today.
There's Taylor Gray, who was in the mix, but had that contact with Ross Chastain. Wounded 54 car, going a lap down. Another lap down. He is 4 down currently. Let's listen in on the 41 team. Got by Corey Day. They run 3rd right now, trying to track down the top 2.
I can't believe how fast it is with a hole in the nose. I was wondering if it might help us. Yeah, I said that as well. It's probably cool in the left front tire.
Yeah, so you can see they've got a little bit of damage, like right in the center of the nose there. So hit something on the racetrack.
Yeah, the left front, that hits him in. It's the damage probably from where he got into the back of Taylor Gray.
Right.
We saw them all check up. That accordion effect poked a hole in the nose.
He was the fastest car on the racetrack once again that last lap.
Yeah, and look at that right there on the left. You see that comparison of these lap times they've run. You see that final lap about a 10th quicker, and some of that's dependent on traffic and who you're around on the racetrack, but consistently each time we look at timing and scoring, the 41 to Sam Mayer is the fastest car on the track.
Gap down to 3 seconds behind Allgaier. And just 2 seconds now behind Sawalich. You can see it, that the gap is closing.
Yeah, the one thing about Dover, too, though, is you see Allgaier catching more lap traffic right here. You can get held up a half second easy here in one lap if you time out that wrong, or if they run a different line than what you thought they were going to run on entry. So 3 seconds sounds like a lot, but it can be made up as Mayer once again runs about a 10th quicker than the leader.
And Justin's about a half a straightaway from running into a large amount of traffic. So as this continues under green, 46 laps to go, there's a ton of time around this racetrack. He is definitely going to hit a huge amount of traffic at the end of this front straightaway as he gets up there. So that's going to only help Sam Mayer if Justin's able to get held up.
That's Josh Balicki, who's straight ahead here in the 07, but after that, this group right here, yes, that may pose a problem for the race leader.
And he's having a hard time getting by Balicki right here. The bottom is not where he wants to be. His car's running a little better higher on the racetrack, has the momentum on the exit. We'll see his lap time right here. How much does he slow down? Yeah, that was about 3.5 or 4 tenths slower than what he ran the lap before. And as you look at that lap time difference back to Sam Mayer, it's down to 2.5 seconds now. So Mayer catching him quick.
Working closer to 40 to go for Allgaier and Sawalich, the top 2.
The one thing Mayer has in his favor, guys, is he can run the bottom. You know, where we talk about Justin wanting to run a little higher, and I also feel like the 18 does a nice job of rolling around the bottom of the racetrack. But the 41 kind of run that middle to the bottom, and it gets you through traffic quicker because almost all this lap traffic is giving the leaders the bottom.
And that's the key for Sam Mayer. He's got to be super efficient through traffic, more efficient than the leaders. We talk about it all the time. The leaders get the hardest time potentially to make it through traffic because some of those drivers want to stay on the lead lap. They'll fight him, but the second he gets by, then they sort of let second and third back through a lot easier. But really, Sam Mayer just has to be as efficient as he possibly can and not give up any time in traffic.
Great look at the gap there between the top 2. Closed captioning for today's race brought to you by Cerakote, the top detailers in the world. Trust Cerakote, shouldn't you? Top 3, all with some clean racetrack to try to
caution
close that gap. And we go under yellow once again. It's Garrett Smithley for
Garrett Smithley brings out the caution. 41 laps to go.
Completely peeled off.
He had some damage from that first
Just keep working the bottom on the flat. Working the bottom on the flat.
to this.
Yeah, he's blown a right rear tire out. You see, it's just blown all the body.
That's about an 11-minute and 12-second green flag run.
Back in here, we got to get tires on and see what we got to get cleaned off that thing.
Sam Mayer is loving this. This also maybe works into, we'll see how this works out for Austin Green. You know, he's going to have that set of stickers. And to me, you wanted more than 15 or 20 laps to get to have the advantage of the tires. He's going to have, what, 35, 37 laps to go. We go back green. So, no pun intended, that's going to be good for Austin Green.
He had fallen to 23rd, so is even still a net gain in terms of his average running position. So, this definitely could play in their hands in that sense.
Yeah, and he'll have those new tires, so able to maybe pick some more off here with 39 to go this time by.
It's been a day for short run speed.
It
the
has.
longest green flag run being 28 laps. That one was 27.
And that's atypical of Dover. We don't normally expect that. You normally kind of need a long run car. Here's a look at what happened to Garrett Smithley.
Wow, see that right rear tire explode on the exit of the corner. He's fortunate that he didn't hit the wall harder right there. Man, just the worst place that could happen.
You don't see that often in that fashion. Wow. Tire just absolutely shredded apart.
And he was
instantly
in the mix there of the 5th, 6th, 7th place cars. That's Carson Quapple right there, and Harrison Burton just coming through, hitting that little piece of debris. So it was in and amongst the leaders at the time of that tire blow.
A lot of debris on the racetrack there. You know, if you're one of the cars, one of the leaders there, as you came back around, you want to try and avoid all that, not pick any of that up on your tires. Let's take a listen to the Sevens radio.
We don't have any more tires left. We've made our bed.
What about that set that had like 2 or 3 laps on it?
I mean, if you want to come down and put them on, we can.
I'm good. You tell me, man.
Nobody else has tires either.
Yeah, as a driver, you're out there and it feels terrible. But the reality is it's so hard to pass at this racetrack. Unless they all come to put tires on, you're almost going to be better off to stay out right here.
Yeah, and would expect the only guy to come down would be Austin Green, who, these are his tires. He's got that set of stickers. 26 cars on the lead lap, and he's 23rd, so he's only going to lose 3 spots. And then he'll restart with fresh tires with 35-ish to go.
Based on where he ran earlier in the race, this is a perfect scenario for the 87 team to get to have fresh tires. They're going to have similar track position to what they had earlier, but with better tires than everybody. So hopefully they can get a great finish out of this. We'll see how much of a difference tires make on that car.
So you're going to get pit stops here.
Jesse Love here, and he's going to head down to pit road 2 to continue to work on that 2 car that has some damage from the earlier contact with the 88. Let's go to Progressive Pit Road and Kim.
And remember, Austin Green last in on lap 95 for tires and fuel. So was getting a little closer to that fuel window. This caution came at the perfect time. Remember, they were looking for a big enough delta on the tires that he'd have an advantage. So they'll get those fresh sticker tires on that 87. Austin saying he needed entry security. Center was tight. Going over the bumps, the car felt a little light, and then it snapped on exit. They did make an air pressure adjustment. Fuel going in that machine. So this caution fell right to them, and you also see that chassis adjustment.
Austin's been in the top 10 in 2 of the last 3 races, including a week ago at Watkins Glen on a different strategy. We'll see what they can do under caution for the Garrett Smithley spin.
Storms bring damage. Flex Seal brings solutions. Be prepared with the products that millions trust to keep them safe, dry, and secure. Use Flex Tape for quick emergency repairs. Flex Seal Liquid to keep everything sealed and dry. And Flex Seal Spray to stop all types of leaks. This storm season, defend against damage. Get the original Flex Seal family of products. Available at retailers everywhere because it works.
You play by the rules. Then things happen. Prices keep climbing. Every month, a new expense. And the debt adds up. So how do you face it? It starts with a call, then a plan. At National Debt Relief, we'll negotiate with your creditors so you pay less than you owe. And just like that, you're back on track. When debt happens, we're here to help you take action. And this is where your new chapter begins. Call or visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started.
Half protection is not enough. Using just an antivirus online is also not enough. Get better protection from online threats. Get NordVPN now. Dr. Squatch Natural Spray.
Prepare for a wild new ride because Dr. Squatch just released their first ever natural spray deodorant for men. Dr. Squatch deodorant. Let your spray do the talking.
Coming up next, Banana Ball is back on the CW as the Savannah Bananas take on the Loco Beach Coconuts in the finale of a 3-game set in Savannah. Prepare yourself for wild trick plays, random dance breaks, and high-octane competition as the red-hot Coconuts take on the scuffling Bananas. Will the Loco Beach crew keep bashing banana balls, or can the Nanners' top-notch pitching staff quiet the Coconuts' scorching offense? It's the greatest show in sports, and we'll have it for you live, up next on the CW. NASCAR on the CW is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. Progressive, save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit progressive.com. And by Arby's, we have the meats. Back with you here in Dover for the stretch run to the finish. 36 to go right now under yellow for the 9th time today. Garrett Smithley bringing out the most recent yellow as the NASCAR safety team continues to pick up the debris over there in turns 3 and 4.
Quite an eventful day.
It has been.
Here. If this is any indication, tomorrow the All-Star race.
That's right.
Might be in for a real show.
That's right. Track has produced some entertaining moments today, and expect more of that tomorrow. Unique format, so can't wait to tune in for that. Check out how Dover's first All-Star race goes.
The Monster's been racy.
Yes.
Seen good
all weekend.
Well, all weekend's great side-by-side racing. Just put a lot of the drivers in tough positions, which has led to some wrecks.
I think the intensity is only going to continue to ramp up here with just over 30 to go. Justin Allgaier, the race leader, looking for his 3rd Dover win. William Sawalich and Sam Mayer, everybody back to Harrison Burton in 7th with 8 lap fresher tires than the 7.
And the importance of these restarts as we get later in this race. We've talked about it with 100 to go, how important it was to get control of this race. Now for Justin Allgaier or William Sawalich, these restarts are so crucial. If you can get control of this race, it could be game over for that other car.
You want to have the lead down the backstretch.
Yes.
You don't have to have that guy on your inside entering turn 3, because as it gets closer to the end, people are going to be willing to take more of a risk. And got to look at Mayer, who chose actually behind Justin Allgaier right there, thinking that outside might be the place to be.
Quickly before green, let's check in with Carla Metz in the CW garage.
Yeah, thanks, Dylan. Well, it's pretty crazy to think that we are into week 14 and we still have not seen an overtime finish in the O'Reilly series. It's the longest stretch to start the season in series history. The last time we saw one was in October in Martinsville,
that can't be true.
where Taylor Gray got his first career win. So just how abnormal is it? Well, since 2021, we've averaged 12 overtimes per season, but maybe don't expect that to be the case today. Yes, we've had 9 cautions, but we've only seen 1 overtime finish in the last 24 Dover races, Dylan.
Well, I'm curious to see if
That's a crazy stat.
Today has gone.
No overtime finishes this
about
season.
The last 24 races, only 1 overtime restart, and I was thinking earlier, well, we might have a chance to add another one to that just based on how the day's going. We will find out shortly. Field will come back to green with 34 laps to go. Justin Allgaier, the race leader, chose the outside lane. William Sawalich fills out the front row. Corey Day and Sam Mayer in row 2. Back to green at the Monster Mile.
Justin does a great launch right there. Is he going to be able to clear the 18? He is. Look at how he drives it down in there. Sawalich have a little run on exit, but no, Justin shuts the door.
Look at Sam Mayer around the outside of Corey Day. It got really close. He almost got cleared, but nope. He has now cleared Corey Day down into 3 and can set his sights on William Sawalich, Justin Allgaier.
And as fast as Mayer was before that yellow, I think he knew he needed to get going there, get by the 17 as quick as he could to focus his attention on the 18 and the 7 out front. Good race here for 5th. Carson Quapple, Brandon Jones, Austin Hill, Harrison Burton all in the mix there.
We haven't mentioned Austin Hill much today. Fighting up here in the top 10 for 8th right now on the bottom.
been a really quiet day for Austin Hill. We've even mentioned his today, but you said it. Top 10, having a great run here for the 21.
And they need a good run. Just 2 top 10s in the last 8 races for the 21 team. Sam Mayer, meanwhile,
Raja
has
back in
dialed up
10th.
the back bumper of William Sawalich for
Yeah,
second.
Kim.
He's got to make quick work right here of William if he wants to have a shot at winning this race. I think it was critical that he needed to get by the 18 on that restart. We know how hard it is to pass. We've seen a lot of guys run drivers down, but just hits the wall. But actually being able to make that pass, especially with a fresh restart, guys can run the bottom a little bit longer right here. You see Justin Allgaier just slowly driving away right
Cam, do you have a
now.
problem with Raja?
Yeah, Sam Mayer's got to push
You got a problem with him or something?
That back bumper of William Sawalich, maybe get about
What's
the
your
groove
problem
a
with
little
him,
bit.
man?
The longer he runs there, the more abuse that's going to put through his tires, take away some of that performance advantage he had before we had this last caution. So he's got to try as hard as he can right now. As the left side of your screen, super sideways is off the green, tries to use those new tires to come through the field.
Cruz back in 21st with that right side damage. Been a long day, but had made up a lot of progress over the course of the afternoon. Austin Hill, Brandon Jones racing for the 6th spot.
Yeah, Austin Hill having the best run of the day right here. When it counts the most, you see Brandon Jones all over the back of him right there. Actually, all the way up to 6, so turning it into a great finish here.
And this is a more typical
Justin Allgaier's led 46 laps so far today.
Compared to what you mentioned, the last 8 or so races just have not been typical for what we're seeing out of that 21 team at Austin Hill. But usually, even if they're not great to start, it's at the end that team comes on.
I was totally making an innocent comment, wondering how long Sir Raja will maintain his track position. It has nothing to do with the repeated incidents in this race. Okay.
Glued to the bottom. Saw him drive into 3 to signal he's a little bit.
Then what does it have to do with?
He's just not able to watch. If William goes to the bottom, he'll lose the nose right here. Oh, he does.
And Sam Mayer passed Sawalich for 2nd. Now they're side by side. Sawalich got that. And Mayer not going to make the dive into the corner.
Hard all day long for positions inside the top 5, and now it's for the runner-up spot.
Well, and if you're the 18, you're a little frustrated because he packed air on you and moved you up out of the groove, so you're going to race him a little bit harder here. Clearly, Sam Mayer's got a great car.
Oh, if he can clear him here, this would be big. He does right there. Williams not able to get back to him. Great pass.
They brought Corey Day into the mix there as well in the 17. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th all right together as Sawalich moves higher.
Congrats, Allgaier on the win. It's not over yet.
Now Sam Mayer's got a big task, though. 1.5 seconds.
Never over till it's over.
We'll see if he had the same speed he had the run before. He was definitely faster in the 7, but now, that was caught the 54 there very quickly in an awkward position.
Still was able to run almost match Justin's lap time, even with the issue of Taylor Gray being on the exit of turn 4. These guys are running 25 flat lap times right now. We've seen it fall off almost to 25.
Still got 12% of the race left.
The sun's going down, it's cooling down. Corey Day had to go way up top. The grandstand.
Just did quick maths.
Outside. Can't get much higher than where he was right there.
Well, he did that earlier and passed, I think, Jesse Love, so he's not afraid to go up there and put the right rear up against the fence if he has to. Gap between 1st and 2nd, just over a 1.5 seconds. Allgaier, with the laps led today, 51 of them, has now reached 600 career laps led at Dover, puts it 5th all-time. He is so good at this racetrack.
Look at the 17.
You'd like to report that David Starr is in 33rd place, 114 laps down. TV said that he's off track.
Both Mayer and Allgaier where the 17's running. It's a long ways around.
So does my leaderboard.
Corner. But watch the speed, right? It's a great perspective. Watch the speed that the 17's going to have on the exit of the corner right here versus the 41. He's probably going 5, 6, 7 miles an hour quicker. He wants the top.
He kind of ran out of
the bottom.
straightaway there. Had so much speed.
And Sam's countered to look.
Here comes Corey Day, trying to get around Sam Mayer for 2nd. Here comes Corey Day for 2nd.
Mayer raced it pretty clean there. Gave him
He got
a
it.
lead off the outside of turn 2.
Did he?
Look how high he is right there. Flirting
Yes.
with disaster. You step up just a little
Now he's
bit
got to go
too
catch
far,
down
and it goes
Allgaier.
from a ton of grip to none, but he is doing an awesome job at making that work.
And with 21 laps to go, the one thing you want to do also is just not abuse those outside tires too much. You can't hurt a tire up there. This late in the race, how much rubber's been laid down, I don't think it's a big threat, but 21 laps to go is a fair amount of laps. To be running that high up, we'll see if that speed can last up there, but he's absolutely flying right now.
I tell him to go like hell. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out at the end.
And there is a little bit of a tire deficit as well for Allgaier. About an 8-lap difference between he and the tires on the 17. Let's get some 7-team radio.
They just run the top of the black at both corners, all the way through the corner, the top of the black.
It's great information right there, and Allgaier's entering just a little bit lower. It takes a few laps to get disciplined enough to enter as high as what Corey Day is. But you've got a great reference. You see Larson over there on the right-hand side of your screen smiling because obviously that's
Larson
where
on the pit
he loves
box.
to run. But Justin's trying to do exactly what he needs to. He's got the information now.
Corey Day is catching him.
Reference that. And you, as a driver inside of the car, you use the lighter and the darker part of the racetrack to kind of reference where you need to be.
You know, Kim had a conversation with crew chief Adam Wall earlier this year where he talked about he expected Corey's first
Kyle Busch deserves the 48 car.
Corey's first win to come at Bristol, where you need this bravado to move around.
Corey Day can have the 8.
This is another place that fits right into that wheelhouse of searching around for grip and speed and just making it happen however you have to. And you can see it there. The last few laps, Day has been much quicker in the 17.
Look, the best part of what we're watching right now is the speed is around the top of the racetrack. But it is a
So
long
true, Sam.
ways
Thank you,
from the
Jaden.
bottom to the top of this. If Corey Day or Sam Mayer can catch Allgaier, it leaves him so vulnerable because if they run the body, you can slide up in front of him. It's going to be
You'd rather have
awesome
Kyle
if we
to
get
Spire?
the 17.
That's an interesting decision,
17 is on the move, Kim.
but I could see it.
That's right, Dylan, and you kind of likened this to Bristol. We had that conversation with Adam Wall, and he thought maybe Corey would run at Bristol. Well, so many drivers describe Dover as Bristol on crack. And when I was talking to Adam Wall, he said, you know, despite Corey not having been at this racetrack, this is a high-speed track. You have to be able to mentally slow things down. So his sprint car background plays right into that. The ability to just slow down things at a track that goes
He'd be the 4th
so
option at Hendrick,
quickly.
but he'd
And the other
still
thing
be
is,
the
goal for this team was, remember,
really good,
they had
I
a
think.
great start to the season, and then Texas crashed on the first lap, had a
Maybe he
DNF
wouldn't.
last weekend, did not go their way. So Adam said the goal was to get back to where they were pre-Texas. I would say a second place and a win would definitely check that box.
No doubt.
Well, he continues to move the groove up right in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, it's
Watching
gotten
how
higher.
high. Yeah, it's every lap. It's about 3 more inches that he moves up, and he's turning down, driving off just a little bit straight. Has tremendous straightaway speed with that. It's not 0.2 a lap. It's like 0.04 a lap. It's
Well,
just slowly.
Justin has been matching him the last couple of laps, so Justin has adjusted. You mentioned discipline on the entry of the corner. I call it confidence as well. You need to have the confidence to go up to the top side and know it's going to stick. Justin's had enough laps to feel it out, to adjust to running the top side, and has been able to respond to what Corey Day was doing.
Mayer has moved up there too.
Yeah.
3rd car in the shop.
That's true, Jaden.
Not quite as high as the 717, but
The other thing that's helped Justin by being able to move up there is that the lap cars are given the top until the top was higher than they want to run. And then they're like, well, you go ahead. You can have it all the way up there. I don't really want to be there. But you see Justin's now almost on the exact same line as what Corey Day is now. It looks to me like the 17's moved down a little bit on exit, just trying to get a straighter drive.
Maybe looking just for a little bit of cleaner air, trying to get away from the wake of that 7 car. You don't want to fall exactly in his tire tracks. Right now, as you get closer, you're going to start to feel the effects of that dirty air behind him. So you
Spire is on the
get
rise.
to a different positioning, get the headlight higher.
But how long will that last?
He was in the gray there.
Remember, we saw Furniture Row on the rise. Remember that? Remember how that ended? A year after they won the title.
It takes a lot of courage to get up there, but he has done a tremendous job of, look at how much he closed in right there.
Something there.
It's almost like getting that higher gave him the speed that he needed down the backstretch and into turn 3. Let's see if he does it again right here.
Remember,
car in the racetrack the last
who the
2
fuck
laps
was
is
it?
the 17.
Team owned by somebody else.
Dawson Cram right here in front of the
The
7.
95.
Give him the top.
The 95 team.
Oh,
They were on the rise.
And he may impede
Damn.
Day here. There's 2 lap cars right in the way of the 17, who's got to turn to the bottom, and he lost 2 or 3 car lengths there.
That worked out perfect for
Justin.
But look at it, he's already running back down here. It's almost like the 17's just getting more and more aggressive on corner entry, able to charge the corner and have the confidence he needs that it's going to turn as he gets down through the middle. Justin's got to move back.
What was the LF Levine Family Racing? Yeah. Remember, they were on the rise.
And they've got a couple laps before they're going to hit traffic again. And really just a couple cars sort of sporadically spread out so they won't come into a group. But oh, wow, Corey gets real high there.
Well, it's speed, but it's just so risky right there of what he can do. He's actually been a little better in this end as he's moved it. Both of them now. Look, Allgaier has countered that, and he is now running as high as the 17. But not with the same speed down the straightaway, that looked to me like.
Corey may have gotten the wall there on it.
Yeah, it looks like he made a little bit of contact with the wall.
Just ever so slightly. Was right up against it. 7 to go, coming to 6 to go right here. 3 last lap passes this season, potentially setting ourselves up for another one here this afternoon.
And Jamie, you mentioned it. Go like hell. It doesn't matter. Whatever it takes at this point, you just
as long as Kyle wins, I'd be happy.
Anything, he is there at the bumper of Justin Allgaier. What does he do with this momentum?
Well, Justin's
Corey Day has cut it down to a quarter of a second lead now.
As high as Corey, but it's going to be hard for Corey Day to make this pass. He's going to have to get that run and then commit to the bottom. He's not going to get to the outside, I don't think, of the 7 car. Justin will counter with that. He'll give him all the bottom.
Look at this.
That he wants.
Here comes Corey Day.
Look at how the 17 can turn around, though. And get that. Look at the
really cut it down.
Down the straightaway right there.
Lap car Blake Lothian just out the front windshield there of Allgaier. 5 laps to go. That diamond has started to work for the 17.
Oh, yeah.
He's there. Justin just cannot let
my win pick, Corey Day.
Absolutely not. You can lose.
I've been so good with my win picks in the O'Reilly series this year. Gotten a lot of them correct.
See where this lap car is going to go. Hopefully the spotters are telling them where they are.
Oh, and here comes Corey Day on the outside.
It was undecided too.
As Allgaier got a little loose there. Oh, and Corey Day to the lead. Around Allgaier with 4 laps to go.
The front, the lap car throwing both of the leaders for a loop, but Allgaier not giving up. Back to the left rear. Day clears in 3 to go.
Well, that's going to be Allgaier's only hope is that he can try to make the bottom work, but just be shocked when we've seen the speed out of the 17. Look how loose the 7 is on the bottom.
And Day's got the gap he needs.
Yeah, Corey Day's got this.
And the momentum that Corey has on that top side. Now for Corey, we said go like hell before, now just back it down just a tick. You have controlled this race. It's going to be really hard for Justin to respond on the bottom or to gather momentum in just 2 laps on the top side.
Ryan Ellis, veteran racer there, gets to the bottom and leaves the leaders to race it out. Corey Day led only the final lap in his win earlier this year at Talladega. He's not going to lead much more than that if he can hang on to this one.
He's only going to lead 4 laps.
Turn 4, he'll look at the white flag.
White flag is in the air one more time around at Dover.
See all clean track in front of the 17 right here. He's got to maintain doing what he has. Allgaier's going to sit it in there deep, but I just don't think he's going to have enough.
And the biggest thing, just don't jump the cushion.
Final time down the back straightaway. They'll work the high lane through.
Corey Day coming around. And Corey Day is going to win at the Monster Mile. Corey Day wins at Dover. My win pick. Second career win. Only led the final 4 laps.
But this feels a little bit more like a racetrack where we would expect Corey Day to put together a race-winning drive. Had to search around.
Led the most important lap, though.
He earned that one in the closing laps.
That was so exciting to watch at the end. The fact that he just kept moving the groove up, and I think from Parker's eyes perspective that you've done that, you know how hard it is to do, and a lap car played a role in him actually getting by Justin after he'd run him down. See, Justin goes to turn to the inside. Watch both these guys. They know how important this is. With them sideways right here. Corey bounces off the wall.
There's Adam Wall, the crew chief, Kyle Larson. This is the pass for the win. And they knew it at that moment. Their driver was going to get it done. Great stuff today.
We always talk about looking drivers that search and find a way to go faster. And what you saw there in those last 20 laps was a driver who just found something. He saw it.
Well, he didn't have the car 30 laps earlier.
No, and
We talked about it.
What he did there, finding that line, pushing it higher, all the risk it takes to do that and do it so well that you go and run down the leader and make a pass. That is so impressive, especially considering his level of experience in stock cars. That's just a great race car driver right there.
Well, it just looked like at the start of that run, he ran the bottom, like, oh, he fired off well, and then it was like, oh, he's fading the wrong way. But he moved to the top, he found the grip he needed, he ran a line that we hadn't seen anybody run all day long, and he made it work, and then to put the pressure on Justin.
Corey Day burns it down. Some of that yellow smoke, which I don't even know how that happens, but
I thought we were going right into the inside wall. Stopped it perfectly.
it always seems to happen at Dover.
Well done for Corey Day, and some other good performances as well inside the top 5. William Sawala tonight's 4th place run. Austin Hill, a much-needed 5th place run for him.
Bob Bacchus is an Indy, right?
Top 5 for Austin Hill. That was huge. Way to get going here. Great recovery.
Anthony Alfredo 10th as well. Nice recovery from him. 2nd win of the year for Corey Day. He won at Talladega. Crew is there to celebrate. And this kid proving once again he is legit.
Corey Day with the win, his 2nd of his career.
And for Hendrick Motorsports, it is their 1st win at Dover since September of 2003. Right at the screen, Justin Allgaier and Blake Lothian, who was the lap car that those two leaders had to work their way around.
Well, Justin's frustrated, but I think he's more saying, hey, if you get in that position again, here's what I think you should do. Great way to handle that situation. Great champion.
And we remarked that Justin was in a point of indecision there, but he really was reading the car ahead of him, and he was trying to read what Blake wanted to do, and he's probably explained to him it was tough to read what you were wanting to do.
Kim is down on the front straightaway with the race winner,
Here's Corey Day.
Corey Day wins at Dover in his first series start. First time you ever saw this place, you were able to hunt down leader Justin Allgaier, and then you moved to the high line with lap traffic to get around him. Just walk me through those last laps in that battle for the lead.
Oh man, I was hoping that that's how it would have played out. I saved so hard there that early in that last run, 1-2 put on tires, and the yellow came out, and I was like, this thing's going to be a caution fest, and it was all for nothing, but oh man, it just worked out good. So thank you, Mr. Hendrick. Thank you, Jeff Andrews, Jeff Gordon. This one feels really, really good. The Talladega one was unexpected and super speedway and whatever, but we earned that one. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Corey Day, a winner in his first start at Dover, a 2-time winner in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Heather? And walking now with Justin Allgaier, who caught up with Blake Lothian, who was the lap car there. I heard you say on the radio we got beat by the lap car. What was the conversation you had with that driver?
Yeah, it's a good teaching moment. Blake and I have spoke, a couple of times, and obviously super talented. Just he kind of made a move to go inside and then back outside, and then I just didn't know which lane he was going to go in. And unfortunately, let the 17 get to my outside. So hats off to Corey. That whole 17 team. He was running me down there at the end. We had a few laps older tires, but just proud of our team, proud of everybody on the Sprint Fresh Circle to Chevy. I thought it wasn't the day that we wanted early on, and the team worked really hard, and we got off on that one cycle, and obviously that was the great thing for us track position wise, but just disappointed to walk out of here with a second after leading that many laps to the end. So again, hats off to Corey and that whole 17 team, everybody at Hendrick Motorsports, Hendrick Engine Shop, Chevrolet, all of our partners. Just disappointed day.
518th start today for Justin Allgaier, just the 4th for Blake.
All right, well, that's where I'm going to end this right here. Fun times today. Corey Day gets the win. It's Carson Hocevar and Raja. Yeah, Raja had a rough day. Both on the track and in the chat by one Camden Luca. But yeah. It was about a 24-minute and 13-second green flag run to end the race. I'll be live at 12:30 for the race tomorrow. Green flag, I think, is at 1:05. Right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Was I right? Am I right? Guys, was I right? Yes, I was. 1:05 is the green flag for the All-Star race. I'll be live at 12:30. And yeah, fun times. And I want to thank you guys for watching.